Yeah, I could do with a Kraken blowout. Obviously, neutral fans all out there hoping that it's a closer game, but I wouldn't mind if the Kraken could just make this one a no decision from the beginning. Kraken take the lead and never give it back, but I doubt it. If there's anything we've expected from this series, it's to expect the unexpected, which all the way through, whatever seems to be what you're thinking is going to happen is what doesn't happen. If it's game one, you're thinking the Kraken are coming in tired. They're probably going to drop that first game to a Stars team that's a bit rested. Nope, Kraken come in, win that one pretty decisively. So okay, maybe the Kraken are just gonna have an easier time of the series. The Stars, maybe it's just a good matchup for the Kraken, but no, the Stars come out, defeat the Kraken without too much problem in game two. Goes back to Seattle, and all right, well, the Stars are settled in. They're settled in defensively. Ottinger looked much more like himself after a tough start to game one. And nope, turns out once again the Kraken come out and take that series lead. Then Dallas wins game four. So you're like, all right, well, I guess we're just going back and forth. Nope. Dallas wins game five. Seems like maybe Dallas is just going to do the same thing to Seattle they did to the Wild and go down 2-1 and then come back to win three straight. But then Seattle wins, I would say decisively might be a bit strong, but wins with a multi-goal margin of victory in game six and forces this game seven. And no matter how we got here, we were in the same place that we were in that series against the Avalanche for Kraken fans. It's one game, winner take all, and find out who goes to face the Vegas Golden Knights for the conference final. Only one spot left in the conference finals. There's 5 teams still alive in the NHL right now. The Kraken are one of them, and they're hoping that by the end of the night they'll be one of 4 left and set up for that matchup against their expansion sibling, the older brother, if you will, expansion-wise, in the Vegas Golden Knights, for a chance to go to the Stanley Cup here in year 2. But all starts with getting the 8th win of the playoffs here tonight for the Kraken, and Stars obviously will be trying to do the same. Go and face Vegas in the conference final for the second time that those two would have faced in the conference final if Dallas wins. But for those of you who have joined here early, we're still obviously 12 minutes away from puck drop. Game on ESPN. Currently they're, I don't know, talking about something Dallas Cowboys. So we're talking about a Dallas team on ESPN right now, but not the one the Kraken are playing against. No baseball game though before the Kraken, or game of any kind before the Kraken. So they'll be playing at the as advertised 5:00 time. We're not going to be getting pushed back like we have all playoffs long. Kraken versus Vegas, come on, says Bones. Absolutely. How fun would that? I mean, said it before. Seemed like that would be the more fun. If the Kraken were going to advance, that would be the more fun series, just to have that matchup of the 2 expansion teams. And sure enough, if the Kraken win, that's the matchup we'll get. Might be a little bit more civil of a chat without some of those mouthy Oiler fans from last time convinced that their team was going to win the cup, having not even made it as far as the Kraken. Some good Oilers fans out there as well. So if not trying to hate, but almost time to send the star back to the void where it came from, not to be seen for another 100 years. Well, the Stars will probably be back before 100 years from now, but it would be nice to send them to the golf course. I hate the Stars, but I'm also really salty for all the trash you guys talked against the Avs, so go Kraken, I guess. Fair enough, Avaholic. I don't know. I feel like most Kraken fans were kind of on we're just here to have fun and hope that we can take that first series to 6 or 7, which they took it to 7 and then won in 7. Like any trash talk as far as Kraken fans are just trying to, mostly just giving back what we were getting, because and rightfully so, Avalanche fans were feeling quite confident about their chances to win that series all the way through, regardless of whether the Kraken were ahead in the series or the Stars were or was tied. Avalanche fans not giving their respect, maybe not all Avalanche fans. Some Avalanche fans maybe being a little too overconfident, and there's nothing more fun than giving it right back to overconfident fans, but understandable to be a little bit salty about the team that knocked your team out of the playoffs. Go Kraken, go Crack, couple go Krakens in here, absolutely. Media love Dallas. Well, they definitely love the Dallas Cowboys. We've known that forever. For whatever reason, the media can't get enough of the ever mediocre Dallas Cowboys. Seattle versus Vegas would be such an awesome matchup. The two newest teams in the NHL squaring up in the conference final would be very interesting. It would be, and I think everyone's either on the. Most people are on the. That's a great matchup, and it would be fun for the conference final to have the two new expansion teams playing to go to the Stanley Cup, and then there's the vocal minority that think that that's just the end of hockey as we know it, and hockey is ruined because these two expansion teams have had success in the early going of their franchise. Obviously, Vegas having only had the 1 year missing the playoffs. I guess the Kraken only missed the playoffs the 1 year as well, both missing it last year. Okay, now it's time. The Oilers fans last stream were wild, and now they're quiet. We'll see what happens as the game goes along, but it's kind of weird that the most trash talking we've had in the chats here in these games has not been from Stars fans. It's been from Oilers fans of all fan bases, but both the Stars and the Kraken are still alive and playing. Both teams still playing for one more night, and one will be playing following tonight. It's time to send the Star back to the void. Zachary's going with the. Let's see. Oh, I don't know. There was a lot about Makar after the. Well, yeah, there's going to be a lot about Makar after the hit. But then, well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot about the Makar hit, but then Crit gets after the Eberle one. I don't know. I mean, I think everyone's pretty. I don't think there was anybody that was saying that the Eberle hit was a good or clean one. Everyone's recognized that Eberle hit was a pretty bad hit and probably should have been more than one game. But yeah, like what Avs fans defending the Makar hit and then went crazy on when Eberle laid his, like that's just how fans are going to be. They're going to be up in arms when a player on their team gets injured off of a terrible hit, and then aren't going to be, they're not going to be as up in arms when an opponent's player gets hit by their team. Both were bad hits. The reality is both were bad hits. Both were worthy of suspensions. Eberle didn't get a suspension, which you can definitely have some argument with, legitimately so, but is what it is now. Eberle, I wouldn't say really had the biggest impact in Game 7, which would have been the game he was suspended for, so I don't know if that really made a difference. Obviously, Makar being suspended, and he definitely deserved to be suspended for the one game. That obviously did make a difference with the Kraken winning Game 5. But both players made those decisions, and it is what it is. Hopefully it's not the end of Cogliano's career. Hopefully he can recover, and if he wants to play more hockey, hopefully he's able to do that. I don't know that that happens as an Av either way. He's a free agent, and there's a lot of questions for a second year in a row. A lot of questions to be answered in free agency for the Avalanche this offseason. So we'll see what happens there. But neither hit was nearly as intentional as the slash of Pietrangelo on why am I spacing Draisaitl? I don't know. I was spacing on his name. Maybe because he's out of the playoffs and not relevant until October again. Here we go. 5 minutes. 4.5 minutes, I suppose, till we get started with Game 7. I put all 3 of my coffee bets on Susie, Eberle, and Bjorkstrand. Laura putting coffee bets on Susie, Eberle, and Bjorkstrand. Last time, if I remember right, it was Larson and Beniers, and Larson did end up scoring in that game, so hopefully we can get some goals from Susie, Eberle, and Bjorkstrand. I feel like Eberle and Bjorkstrand are certainly good bets. That one of the two of them can score here. Both have had very good playoffs so far. Salty, no way. I switched from Avs fan to Kraken fan. Does that make me a bad fan? No. I mean, I also switched from being an Avalanche fan to a Kraken fan because I'm from Seattle, and obviously, like, you know, I'd been a fan of hockey to some extent for a long time, and had to be a fan of somebody in the NHL, you know. And my city doesn't have a team, you have to be a fan of somebody, and then when your city does get a team, you'd jump off the old team and right onto the one that your city has. So I will say that, like, I'm definitely, I mean, obviously I've got the videos and watching every game to prove it. Definitely more of a Kraken fan than I ever was an Avalanche fan, but I still cheered for the Avalanche, and always the team that I would hoped would go far. In the early years of cheering for the Avalanche, that didn't really happen. They didn't really go anywhere the first few years I cheered for them. They were still very much rebuilding, but eventually got there and eventually won the Stanley Cup the year after I stopped cheering for them as my number one team. And then my number one team knocked them out of the playoffs in year 2. So still, I don't think Avalanche fans can be that mad, right? Like, it's still the year after you won the cup, and the team went through a lot. The team went through a lot in the season leading up to this playoff run through injuries and all the players that they lost through free agency or what have you in the off season. So a lot of turnover. It wasn't the same Avalanche team this year as it was last year for a variety of reasons, and I think that definitely showed in that first series. I'm not gonna try and argue that the Kraken or anybody would have beat last year's Avalanche team in round 1 if you play the same series, but hi, I'll go Kraken. If Seattle doesn't win, the furthest north team will be in the desert. Yep, Vegas will be the furthest north team if Dallas wins Game 7 here. Which I don't know what makes traditionalist hockey fans more angry, that the furthest north team would be Vegas, or if it was 2 expansion teams and 2 southeast teams that are the final 4. I don't know which one would make them more angry. I feel like it would be the 4 southern teams, because that's always like if you can't have ice outside, why are you playing hockey there? Is like the attitude of those traditionalist fans. And I mean, Seattle, you don't have ice outside that often in the Seattle area, but you can just go a little bit into the mountains and find it. Plus, it's just south of the border. Laura, do you get multiple coffees if they all score? My team was Vancouver since I live here, but as soon as I found out Seattle was getting a team, it was very easy to switch. Yeah, I grew up with watching Vancouver games whenever they were on, which wasn't super frequent, but I'd watch the Vancouver games here and there. And then it was the year that they lost the Stanley Cup, or yeah, the years they lost in the Stanley Cup final to Boston, and the whole like fallout from that. I kind of got sick of the Canucks media slash the bad part of the fan base. And I like Luongo a lot, and I like the Sedins, and obviously everyone still loves the Sedins, but Luongo kind of took a lot of heat through the end of that, and I was kind of like, oh, that's dumb. So I switched to the Avalanche at that point. Plus, there was some amount of I knew Seattle was going to eventually get a team. I don't know that I knew it was going to take that long, but you kind of knew Seattle was going to get a team eventually, and that Vancouver was going to be a rival when that happened. So there was some amount of just like long term prepping for that, I suppose. I'm calling final score 4-3 in OT for the Kraken because that will cause the biggest cortisol. Yep, that would be quite the nerve wracking game for sure to go into overtime. Here we go, Kraken Stars Game 7. Guys are headed out to the ice. It's true, and we just felt kind of jinxed this year. Between all the injuries, Landeskog missing the whole 2 whole seasons, and bizarre Nichushkin situation. Yeah, I still don't think we've heard anything more about that whole Nichushkin situation, which is, I mean, obviously you're not going to hear as much once the off season starts. But that just kind of like still a mystery there. Let's have some heart attacks, everyone, says Bones. I grew up as a Kings fan. They got a cup a while ago. Kraken came to town, and that has been my team. Usually hit the Kings Kraken games when they come to town. Go team that beats the Knights. Yeah, I'll say I'm in that boat as well. Like, barring something really nasty happening in this game, I will be cheering for obviously Seattle. But even if Dallas does win, barring something nasty, I'll be rooting for Dallas to beat Vegas and go to the Cup final, in which I'll probably be rooting for the Eastern Conference team at that point. But we're hoping that the Kraken can just win the next 9 games straight and call it a season. Uh, Drinking Kraken Stash right now. Let's go. Not a bad choice at all. Not a bad choice. Obviously, a well themed and good tasting beer there. Yes, you're right. Vancouver fell off hard after that Cup final and made the fan base even worse than it was. Yeah, I feel like the fan base did kind of get a reputation of being a little bit more insufferable after that Cup run, just because. I mean, I don't think I was the only one that was kind of a fan of the Canucks that got soured by what part of the fan base did, and I think there are definitely some people that jumped ship because of that part of the fan base, and that when that's the part of the fan base that sticks around, then all right, here we go. Get the national anthem here pretty soon, and then we're gonna get going. Game 7, last game of round 2 in the NHL. Winner take all as far as who gets to go face Vegas for a chance to go to the Stanley Cup final. Oh, how are we feeling? Anybody else nervous? I'm a little nervous. Tonight's already. It's either going to be the last night of what's been a great season, no matter what, for the Kraken, or it'll be the next best night in franchise history. Either way, I don't think there's really any way, like, even worst case scenario, the Kraken get blown out from start to finish in this game. Like, that's like the worst possible case scenario outside of injuries, which, definitely aren't hoping for that. But in the worst possible like score outcome, it's still been a great season. So I don't think there's no way at this point that you can feel disappointed. Maybe for the night, feel disappointed that the opportunity was there to go to a conference final and didn't take it, but hopefully it never comes to that. Kraken can just go ahead and make it right to that conference final here in year 2 with the win tonight. Obviously, the Kraken have never lost a Game 7. They've never lost a playoff series. So I got both of those. And regardless of what happens, the Kraken have lasted longer than at least, 28 teams in the NHL? 29? Wait, no, it'd be 27. Kraken have lasted longer than 27 other teams. I'm pretty sure that would be right. But they would be the 20. Either way, the vast majority of the league, no matter what happens, the Kraken have outlasted the vast majority of the league, including the Oilers, who fell in Game 6 last night. I think it would be cool if the Kraken got their first cup. I agree, Icon Prince. I wholeheartedly agree it would be cool if the Kraken got their first cup. Who do you think will win the Eastern Conference Final? Carolina. I picked Carolina to win the cup from the beginning. The like bracket challenge, I picked Carolina to win the cup, and I haven't really seen anything from them that makes me feel otherwise. Florida is going to give them a fight, I think. Like, I don't think that's going to be an easy series for Carolina by any means. But I haven't seen anything from the Hurricanes that makes me think they aren't the best team left in the playoffs. Which, just because they're the best team left, doesn't mean that they're going to play that way the rest of these last 2 series or this one coming up. Obviously, Boston was very much the best team in the playoffs coming in, and they didn't make it out of round 1. So, but yeah, I'm not gonna go against my original pick of Carolina out of the East. Not nervous at all. We're gonna crush them. I like the attitude. I believe. Let's go Kraken. They have to play like Game 6. Yeah, Kraken play like, if they play like Game 6 and maybe a better start to the second period and definitely a better start to the third, or at least less sloppy start to the third, they'll win this game no problem. But the Stars aren't going to make it easy. Maybe the Leafs will hire the Kraken manager and as their new manager. I mean, that we'll see. I don't know. That it's a foregone conclusion that Dubas is out as manager over there. I kind of feel like Sheldon Keefe has to be out as head coach, but I don't know. If I was a Leaf fan, I would kind of be hoping that Dubas stays and Keefe goes. I don't know that I think Keefe really has done that great of a job when it comes to playoff series. Obviously, regular season results speak for themselves there, but it seems like he has kind of gotten outcoached in the playoff series as the head coach of the Leafs. Meanwhile, Dubas, I mean, yeah, I guess I don't know what more you want him to do. He's certainly this season adding Ryan O'Reilly, all the additions that they made without really losing that much off the roster. I don't really know what more you want a general manager to do. And at that point, it's up to the players and the coaching staff to make those moves look as good as they do on paper. And that obviously didn't happen for Toronto. But I do think the Kraken front office is going to get a lot of attention for some jobs around the league with how this season has gone and how this team got built up out of nowhere, and especially scouting wise with like the pickups of, I mean, Ty Cartier was an undrafted free agent. They just comes out of nowhere, and all of a sudden he's got 3 goals in the second round of the playoffs. Obviously, like Ellie Tolvanen, he's passed on by 20 teams, didn't really have the career people expected in Nashville, and then comes to Seattle and has immediate success. I think there's going to be a lot of people that I think there's going to be some interviews that some people in the Seattle front office are going to have whenever the season comes to an end for the Kraken. Go Kraken, go. They won't, Vegas. I had Leafs over Oilers. Ouch. At least all my friends picked either the Bruins or the Avs, so I'll still win the bracket. That's pretty funny. Skylar says Vegas win the West. I don't know. I think it'll be a fun series between Kraken and Vegas if that happens. I'll say that if Dallas wins Game 7 here, then my Western bracket will still be absolutely 100% perfect through 2 rounds, and I picked Dallas to go to the final, and I wouldn't really have any reason to believe that wouldn't happen, because Ottinger's had issues in this series against the Kraken, but I think some of that's just that the Dallas defense is kind of not. I think it's just the issues that Kraken give teams matchup wise in the playoffs with how they can put 4 lines out there with all 4 of them that can score. So I think if Dallas has a chance to get, and look, Vegas is a deep team as well, but if Dallas can get back to that game of, if they do move on from this one, and they can get back to that more solid defensive game in front of Ottinger, I mean, even regardless of the issues Ottinger has had in this series against the Kraken, if it comes down to Stars and Golden Knights, I'd bet on Ottinger over whoever Vegas is able to put in goal. Which obviously Vegas has gotten this far with a carousel in net, so it's not like they couldn't keep going with that issue, but we'll see. Obviously Vegas is still waiting to see who they face in that third round, that conference final. And we're getting ready to drop the puck. Obviously, there's going to be a bit of delay between the stream and then YouTube with the 15, but we've dropped it now. Dallas wins the faceoff, dumps it down into the Kraken end, where Dunn will go get it in the corner. And it's the second line looks like out for the Stars first against the second line for the Kraken. That being the Wemberg line with Schwartz and Wemberg just put it wide out in front of the net. A good look there. McCann also back out on that second line. Errant pass. They do keep it in the offensive end, but not for long as the Stars are able to get out back the other way, and it's a 2-on-1 all of a sudden. Shot, save. Rebound, where is it? In the feet of Larson. Bjorkstrand, has it coming away from the Kraken net. Now it's Tolvanen through the middle of the ice as he throws it in. Andre tries to play it behind the net, is able to eventually corral it, but it's out to Tolvanen. And that will go down to an icing by the Stars, and we will get a face-off in the Stars' end of the ice with just a minute gone in the game so far. Oh, what an opportunity for Wemberg there. What an opportunity for Wemberg. Couple of big opportunities here early. Wyatt Johnston, with a good shot just before that press by the Kraken. Grubauer makes the pad save, and then Wemberg just put one wide with a pretty good look. Borgen out front, deflected, an easy save for Ottinger to make there, pushing it aside. Here's Hintz in. Good defense by Borgen there to make that a tough one on Hintz. He isn't able to get it on net. Down in the corner. Heiskanen now up in the point. Fed in. The Kraken have it in the middle of their end of the ice as Bjorkstrand will feather it out to Gord. Gord will play it back into his own end so that Borgen and Alexiak can regroup while the Kraken get a change. It'll be Benir's line coming out onto the ice. Alexiak Turns it over. Not a clean turnover. Good poke out by Grubauer there to keep that from going out into the slot. Alexiak up to the top. Eberle deflects it at center ice, so there will be no icing as Eberle goes in with Lindell. Lindell gets there first. Hit laid by Cartier. Here's Eberle waiting for Cartier to get on side. Feathered in. Beniers has it now. Beniers up towards the net. Out in front. Ottinger's able to freeze it before Cartier can get to it. Oh, and we'll get another face-off in Dallas end of the ice. Here we go. Kraken win 4-2, says Skyler. Go Kraken. Gotta let's go Stars. All's fair. As long as we keep things civil, all good. Cheer for whoever you want. Let's go Kraken. Go Kraken, absolutely. Kraken get a win tonight. They will be in the finals. They have a lot of momentum, and the hockey gods have their fingers on the scales. Gotta get through this one. Fought for behind the Kraken net. Puck's just kind of sitting there as guys are trying to poke away at it. It's still sitting there, hasn't moved. Finally gets it out. But it's Tanev who will get to it in the other corner. Gets it out of the Kraken end. Geeky tries to take it from Fosca, isn't able to. Foxa? I don't know. Here we go. Tanev now on the other side of the ice. Puts it in on Ottinger. The Kraken will get a full change as Heiskanen brings it out the other way through the neutral zone. Puts it into the far corner where Dunn gets to it. Oh, never mind. I thought it was turned over behind the net, but it is turned over by the Stars out to McCann. Schwartz now throws it in. He'll go after it in the corner in the Dallas end. Looks like Jamie Benn's got it coming back out of the Dallas end. Not a lot of offense here early on for either team as that's put across. Wyatt Johnston fails to get the shot off. Shot from Heiskanen. They're saying it hit the post. I didn't hear anything, but I was talking, so it's hard to say for sure. But a little press there from the Stars. Let's see what happens here. Oh, yeah, that went off the crossbar past Grubauer and out of play, so. Oh, that deflected off of Wemberg, I think. 16:25 in the first period still to play. As the puck is dropped in the Kraken end. Bjorkstrand gets to it, and the Kraken are out. Tolvanen up now to Bjorkstrand down into the corner. Lindell gets to it first again. Some fighting for it down here. Bit of a 3-on-2 for the Stars as that pass gets across to Marchment, but he can't handle it. And now the Kraken take it back, going back out the other way. It's a bit of a 3-on-2 here for the Kraken. The third line for them as Tolvanen looking for a pass now. Down in the corner, has the puck go off of his stick. Kept in, but not for long as the Stars have it back. And coming out into the Kraken end, it's Domi and Marchment fighting between themselves for the puck. Body is falling down all over the ice, but it's Bjorkstrand who eventually gets it, and he just throws it out into the neutral zone while the Kraken roll a change on the forward end. Thrown in front by Suter. No one there, so the Kraken back out the other way now. A lot of this game being played in the neutral zone and not a lot of offensive possession in the offensive end for either team. Couple of quick looks here and there, but nothing much other than that as Cartier tries to get the Kraken set up in the offensive end, but can't. Schultz will throw it down into the Dallas end again. It'll be Beniers that tries to hunt it down, but the Stars have possession. Oh, Cartier almost takes it off the stick of Heiskanen. Then Beniers tries to do the same, but Heiskanen still got it into the Kraken end now. Winds up, tries to get a pass. That's picked off by Eberle. Stars keep it in, though. Eberle now gets it out. Oh, maybe not. Nice block, whoever that was. I think that was Cartier with the sliding block there on a pass. Then he comes up to lay a hit. So good play here early on from Cartier. Both ends of the ice. That should be icing, and it will be icing, as we are almost 6 minutes into the game, and there have only been 3 shots on goal, 1 for the Stars and 2 for the Kraken. So pretty defensively sound game played so far. Hackstall talking to the bench, I'm sure, is saying keep it tight, don't allow those rush chances. Both teams looking like they're making sure that they're not allowing that rush chance and that early momentum for the other. Like I said, not a lot of offensive possession so far for either team in the other end of the ice. Stars now down back into the Kraken end again, but Seattle not making it easy for the Stars to get that possession. Shot on goal goes wide. May have been looking for a tip, but didn't get one. Or maybe it was blocked wide, hard to say. Here's Alexiak out. Geeky in. Geeky out to the front. Oh, just past Alexiak. Bumped up. Shot on goal. May have been saved by Ottinger there. Came from well outside, so it would not have been a hard save. And the Stars do get possession after the Kraken had a little bit of time with the puck in the offensive end. Not out yet though. Larson fighting for it. Now Tolvanen has it on net. Oh, pad save. Done. Not quite able to get all of it as it stays behind the net. He's got it though. Kraken trying to get a change going here. Gord not quite able to hold on to it, and it does come out of the Dallas end as they'll get a quick change here. Kraken right back in. Bjorkstrand has it. Looking for it. Oh, had the screen, but couldn't get it through the screen on net. So it comes out the other way where Larson is fighting for it. Lots of physical play there. The officials letting it go. Stars fans obviously don't like it, but that's... Oh, it's out. Oh, there's chaos. Whistles, and it's not in the net. So somehow that stayed out. There was chaos and a loose puck. Grubauer swimming in his crease, but he managed to somehow freeze that down at some point there. Oh, boy. It's like Tolvanen's going for cross-checking, so the Stars will get a power play with 12:40 left in the first. Mariners leading the Red Sox 2-0 in the middle of the second inning. That's good to see. That's good to see. Dallas is going to win. I sense a blowout, says Lawrence. You know what? I sense a blowout too, but Dallas won't be winning. Actually, I don't sense a blowout. I sense a pretty close game, especially the way this has been played so far. Although we have seen some tightly played first periods in this series that then all of a sudden get out of hand in the second period. So one period is not going to tell the story of this game. I honestly want Seattle to win, so you got to make... Oh, so you got to face my Knights in the Western Conference Final. I want the Kraken to win too, and then I want the Kraken to beat Vegas and go do what Vegas couldn't do by winning the Cup. That's what we're hoping for here. Long way to go. 9 wins still left. Still takes 9 wins for either of the two teams playing tonight. One of them will get the first step there. Hopefully it's the Kraken. Some Grews. Yeah, Grubauer managing to freeze that one down. We get at a commercial break here right now. But the Stars headed to the power play after a cross-check from Tolvanen. Oakley in here cheering for the wrong baseball team today. Oh, yeah, Tolvanen saved a goal with that cross-check, so that's a good penalty to take if you're Tolvanen. Larson also may have helped save that goal with the jumping on the puck that got behind Grubauer, it looked like. But Dallas able to win the faceoff. They are holding the offensive end now on this power play. Shot looking for a tip. It's not there. Here's Hintz again. Shot. Blocked in front by Alexiak. It's in Alexiak's feet. Tanev cannot quite get it out. It's Robertson now that has it. Down behind the net for Ben. Ben looking for a pass. Eventually just goes back to Robertson, who gets it back up to Heiskanen at the blue line. Down to Robertson. Robertson looking for a shooting lane. Doesn't have one. Back to Heiskanen. He does have a lane. Shoot. Wide. May have been blocked in front. Here's Heiskanen again with it at the blue line. Down to Ben. Ben up to Robertson now at the blue line. Back up to Heiskanen as he goes down to the faceoff circle. Stars still holding the offensive end. Heiskanen looking for that shot. Pavelski puts one wide on a one-timer. Heiskanen again. Hintz. Down to Robertson. Robertson and Hintz trade places up to Heiskanen. Heiskanen to Robertson. Looking for the shot. Well wide. Still not out. Robertson looking for the shooting lane. Here's Hintz. Shot. Blocked in front. Tanev can't get it out. Heiskanen again. Heiskanen shot. Blocked it right in front by Wennberg, who's feeling that one. Here's blocked by Tanev. A shot from Robertson. Just 10 seconds left on the power play. The Stars have been in the offensive end the entire time. Robertson to Hintz. Hintz fires, but blocked by Larson. And Larson does get that one. It's out of play, but 1 second left on the power play. The Kraken will be able to get a change here. So the Kraken get held into their end of the ice for the entire power play, but they are going to kill this one off. The question is just what Dallas can do with this. If they win this faceoff, can Dallas try to score with a faceoff win play with the 1 second left before Tolvanen can get out in the box? Fought for. Kraken win it. McCann, tries to get it up to Tolvanen, but that will... it's on net, so no icing. McCann tried to get Tolvanen out of the box, but the Stars were ready for that. As that goes out into the crease, and Stars are there to pick it up. Marchment across the neutral zone, up in front, but Borgen has it as he gets it up to Tolvanen. Tolvanen in. Gordon, Tolvanen fight for it down in the corner. Gord up to Borgen. Borgen back down along the boards. McCann has it. Out front, blocked by Lindell. Doesn't get out there. Or at least partially blocked by Lindell anyway. Sagan can't get to one, so Gord has it now in the Kraken end of the ice. As they get a change. Gord will go finish that change as the Beniers line is now out. Here's Schultz to Soucy. Soucy up. No icing. Shots on goal are now 5-4, still in favor of the Kraken, even after that power play, which did feature a lot of shot blocks. Here's Ben in with the puck, but it's offside. So the Kraken kind of doing a bend but don't break style penalty kill there, but it works out for them. Tons of shot blocks. Did allow a couple shots on goal, but not much dangerous really for the Stars on that power play, even though they held the offensive end for the entire duration of it. Man, Dallas's offense is very good so far. Not really. I mean, they've gotten a couple of chances towards the net, but I mean, neither team has really done much offensively so far. If you just joined, then you were watching a Dallas power play and they were in the offensive end the entire time. So I guess like from that standpoint, I suppose. But it's a power play. You're supposed to be spending a good amount of it in the offensive end. Incredible defense on that power play. It definitely was. Yep, that's good shot blocking. Would have been nice if Tanev could have gotten one of those out of the Kraken end, but still they got the job done. It's so green in the stands, it looks like AstroTurf. I do like the color green, but not today. At least not that color of green. I'll take the seafoam green or whatever they want to call it. The Kraken, this color. Is that water? Or are you taking shot? It's water. I just use the. It's a big bottle that says Kraken on it, so I just use it for water. I have to fill it up less if I use something bigger than just a normal water bottle. So just water. I just like that it's a glass bottle that says Kraken on it. Here we go. Dumped into the Star's end. Kraken try to set up. Now Beniers and Eberle fighting for it down in the corner. Beniers had it for a second, but it's Dodonov that comes out with it. Tries to win the race to the puck, but Borgen gets there first. Out in front, bouncing around, and it's the Kraken coming back out the other way. Bit of a 3-on-2 here. Beniers has the puck out to Eberle. Eberle to Beniers to Cartier. Backhand. Oh, tried to go back to Eberle, but he has it now. Eberle circling around, and that is off the stick of whoever that was, and back out. Kraken will regroup and get a change here. Larson has it down in the Kraken end, puts it up along the boards. Tipped somewhere. Tanev now with it. Tanev out in front. Good defensive stick there from someone. One of the Stars player. I couldn't see the number. No icing again as it's down in it back in Dallas's end, but they get to it first. Kraken trying to get going on the forecheck. Geeky fighting for it with Tanev. Now Donato trying to get in on it, but the Stars have it coming out through the neutral zone again. Still stifling defense by both teams so far. Not a lot going on offensively for either team to this point. Here's Robertson in with the puck. Shot from Lindell. Easy save for Grubauer. Grubauer thinks that was out of play, but the play goes on. It's Schwartz with the puck now into the neutral zone. Sorry, back actually. Drops it back as the Kraken get a change. Now up to McCann, but they're saying offside, so we'll get a face-off in the neutral zone. Shots on goal with 7:44 left in the first are even at 5 apiece, so... And not a ton of dangerous ones among them. The most dangerous shots so far of the game were the first for either team. It was Wyatt Johnston that put one off of the blocker of Grubauer, or honestly had a pretty open shot that Grubauer made a nice save on. And then Wemberg had a good shot that actually wasn't a shot on goal technically for the Kraken as he put it just over the net. But a good look there, and those are probably the best looks that either team has had so far outside of the chaos in front of the Kraken net that led to the Dallas power play. But the Kraken killed that one off. Here we go. Kraken back out once again. Bit of a broken odd man rush here. Shot on goal. Save made as Wemberg put that shot on looking for a tip or a screen. Larson puts that one looking for a tip, but that's well high and wide. Not much of a chance for anything there. And the Kraken maintain possession in their end of the ice as both teams go for a change. Sue Dunn gets it up to another dump in. Forecheck for Bjorkstrand. Kraken fight for it behind the Dallas net. Eventually Alexiak will keep the zone. Behind the net's Bjorkstrand. Fighting for the puck from Harley, but Hintz has it coming out the other way. He gets it across to Hanley. So Hanley's 44, Harley's 55. Easy to get those two confused. Oh, Dallas can't quite get onto the loose puck in the Kraken end, so Seattle regroups again. Borgen up into the neutral zone. It's Gord. Gord will throw it in and go for another chip in charge as the Kraken get a change. Gord will need to finish that change, but he has to get down onto defense first. Save made by Grubauer. And now Gord will go off on the change as Geeky and Tanev try to not get their wires crossed. But now Dodonov has it back the other way. Again, a lot of this game being played in the neutral zone and with defensive possession from either team. That may have been a shot on goal for the Stars, but either way, it was an easy save for Grubauer. One gets fed around, but out in front of the net, not on goal. Ooh. Stick rode up high on Geeky, and the Kraken will get a delayed power play here. 5:30 left in the first period. The Grubauer out of the net. The Kraken on the delayed call with the man advantage. Kraken have scored once on the delayed penalty so far in this series. Here we go. Finally into the offensive end. Cartier down along the boards. Eberle gets to it. Back up the boards. Kraken do get possession in the offensive end. It's now Eberle with the shot. Off a shin. No possession for the Stars, so the Kraken keep it. Larson to Eberle. Eberle down to Beniers. Beniers up to Eberle. Eberle controlling down into the corner. Back behind the net for Beniers. Beniers back to Eberle. Eberle looking for a pass. Back up to the Larson at the blue line. Larson back down to Eberle. Eberle on goal. And the save is made by Ottinger. When the Kraken will start their power play with 4:40 left in the first period. Got to play harder. I don't know. I think this is kind of the game plan here for, honestly, probably for both teams, is to make sure you got things nailed down defensively, and then yeah, that's definitely a high stick. Like, it doesn't matter if it hits him in the visor or in the nose. It's a Dallas stick that, oh, whoa, Cartier almost tipped that through the armpit of Ottinger, but Ottinger able to come away with it. Yeah, I don't know what the fans are complaining about. That's an obvious high stick. Obviously, I mean, they're Dallas fans. They're going to not be happy when their team goes to the kill, but pretty obvious one there. Seattle win 4-3. That was an awesome penalty kill. It was. Seattle make me proud tonight. Take down the Stars. Okay, thanks, Wild fan. Appreciate it. This game is stressing me out and we're only 10 minutes in. Says Darth Chungus in the chat. Me too, it's stressful. Anyone score yet? Nope. Still 0-0. Kraken going to the power play with 4:40 left in the first. What's the score? Still 0-0. It says up there. I'll change it when it changes. I mean, I guess if you're just listening, it's still 0-0. But it does say, if you're looking there, it does say above my head what the score is, and I'm usually pretty good about changing that when a score actually happens. Kraken are going to score during the power play is what Laura says. I would certainly have to hope so. Bjorkstrand was the hero in the last game 7. Maybe he can be again. Well, I like it. Let's go. Yes, we playing D well. Checking everywhere now. No worries, Peter. Goated commentary, says Josh. Appreciate it, Josh. All right, here we go. Dallas wins the faceoff to start the power play. Can they get it out? Yes, they can, and they are going to get an odd man rush on the shorthanded. Shot is on goal. Secondary shot on goal. 2 shorthanded shots for the Stars. Grubauer with 2 saves, and the Kraken, oh boy, dodge a bullet there and get it back out the other way. Into the offensive end, it's McCann with it. He puts it past Schultz, and the Kraken not able to get much going here in the first 30 seconds. Now Tolvanen in. He puts it down along the boards behind the net. As McCann gets to it, McCann can't quite get his stick on it, but it is still in the Dallas end. Now popped up and out of play, so we'll get another face-off in the Dallas end of the ice with 1:19 left on the Kraken power play. Bread says 2-1 Kraken in a big defensive game. Well, the big defensive game is definitely happening so far, so you got that part right, at least to this point. I hope it doesn't happen, but Dallas sports teams are known for choking. Well, Dallas wins the faceoff and clear it out again. They don't have to choke, but I do hope that the Stars lose this game. All right, here's Beniers with the puck. He's now down, going after it, down behind the net. As the Stars will once again get it cleared out. First unit not really able to do. Actually, that was the second unit that's now out for the Kraken. Sorry, but still nothing doing on this power play so far for the Kraken. They're trying to get set up in the offensive end, but have had a hard time even getting possession in the offensive end. Strong kill from the Stars so far. 30 seconds left on the power play now for the Kraken. They are getting kind of set up in the offensive end, but not cleanly. And that will get cleared out again. Kraken will have one more rush here on the power play, but with 15 seconds, they'll probably, if they are going to score here, it'll probably come just as the guy comes out of the box. And that is offside from Tanev, so we'll get a face-off outside Dallas's end, and they will almost certainly kill this one off with 6 seconds left on the power play and the face-off outside their end of the ice. Got a 3-2 prediction that the Kraken win. Someone saying 2-1 Stars. Hopefully not. Here we go. All right. Puck now down in the Kraken end. Once again, Seattle with possession. Seattle's had, I'd say, more possession in this game, but again, not much offensively. Here we go. Oh, Donato made tight angle backhand shot, but Ottinger had that post sealed. Larson now with it, though. Fires it on net. Save made by Ottinger. Once again, had the post sealed from a tight angle. Tanev can't quite get to it first, so it is the Stars that will get it out of their end of the ice. Larson has it back to Susie. Donato's still no goal in the playoffs yet for Donato. He's the one consistent Kraken player that has yet to find a goal, other than obviously Grubauer. Here we go. Stars. Oh! A tip on net there. A nice little rush chance for the Stars. Pretty good look with that tip, but Grubauer is right in the place that he needed to be to make the save, and no rebound allowed. That was a waste of a power play. Yeah, it kind of was. Not a great power play there for the Kraken. Just kind of like, I don't know. The power play was incredible in Game 6, and now that looked a lot more like the power play that we've seen for most of these playoffs up to this point. Here we go, Schwartz. Schwartz on a bit of a break. He pulls up. Not a real break. That was kind of a partial down the side. Out in front. Shot! Oh! Beniers had a great chance there from McCann. Just put it wide of the net. Kraken are getting some offense going now. Here's Beniers in with it. Out in front, and that goes off a stick, and nope, still in play. All right. All right, let's keep it civil in the chat. If someone's trolling, then we'll take care of any trolling. Don't worry about it. Only troll allowed in here is Bowie. Bowie's the only troll allowed here. Feel free to cheer whoever you want to, but no need to be a clown. And we get through one with the score still 0-0. Again, not a ton of shots on goal. Kraken a little bit of a press there late, but the score is still tied, and it's been a defensive battle so far, and the goaltender's making what few saves they've had to through that. All right, getting this changed over to second period before I forget we get halfway through the second and someone reminds me. There we go. That should do it. All right, first intermission. What do we got? Good boy, Gruby. Yeah, Grubauer made a big save there. Florida wins the Eastern Conference Final, says Bones. I think Carolina probably wins the Eastern Conference Final, but Florida's been proving people wrong all playoffs long, just like the Kraken. So there we go. Again, yeah. Feel free to cheer whoever you want for, but you gotta keep it civil in the chat, or we're gonna have to hand out them timeouts. Nice friendly banter is fine, but if you don't have anything value to add and you're just trolling, then take care of it. Bowie's the only troll allowed in these parts. Rising Rhino in the house. Welcome in, Rising Rhino. I hope the Panthers smoke Carolina, says Mike. I personally, I don't care that much between the two. Probably drift from last stream and he's changed his name because the Oilers lost. It's possible, Bones. It's possible. Dallas is winning. My parlay is letting me cash out. Hopefully not. Sorry to say, Shadow, but hopefully you don't win that one if you bet on Dallas. Yeah, I'm an Oilers fan. I faced that trash and I even went to bed. True, Mike. Appreciate you being not joining in on that stuff in the last one. Again, cheer for whoever you want. Just keep it civil, and as long as you're adding or at least not taking away from other people's enjoyment. Just don't take away from other people's enjoyment and keep it civil is all we ask here. Cheer for whoever you want, but keep it civil, and we're all here to enjoy the game. And if you're not here to enjoy the game and try and ruin it for others, then we'll make sure that you're not a part of it. Imagine the Kraken versus the Panthers in the Cup final. I think somebody in my group, like my bracket group, actually picked that final, which seemed like a bold one at the time, but all of a sudden it seems very possible, doesn't it? I need a Kraken Cats final. I can't. Imagine AI hockey, says Mike. The only thing I want AI doing in sports, other than like tracking players for like advanced stats and stuff like that, the only like real part of in-game stuff that I want AI or robots doing in any sport is strike zones in baseball. Just get rid of umpires. They're not adding anything to the game. They're just taking away from baseball and making it harder for fans to watch, especially now that you've had for like almost 10 years there's been the strike zone that they can put out there that you can track pitches. Like what are we doing with umps still? And there's some umps that do a great job. It's not all of them, but there's some of them that just have the ego and they let that ego play a role. And it's hard when you come to the rest of the sports where there's like some actual decision making that needs to happen and some form of subjectivity that goes into enforcing rules. That's hard to do with robots or anything like that. But oh, the Stars little banner got its color taken away in the intermission there. Are they already fading the stars? Is this a Are we getting a sneak peek into the future from the NHL here, just like they accidentally announced who was going to be the third overall pick in the draft lottery? Avalanche fan here over. Oh, Avalanche fan over here, says Rising Rhino. Go Avs go, says Avaholic. You know, if it didn't have to be the Avs or the Kraken in the first round, I would have been cheering for the Avs too. But it had to be the Avs or the Kraken, and so you gotta go with the Kraken in that matchup from this point of view over here. Had it been anyone else though, I would have been with you guys. Would have been rooting on the Avs. Thanks for the content. Let's go Kraken. Absolutely. Appreciate everyone for joining in here for Game 7. Just getting going, 1 period in, still scoreless after 1. Both teams really locking things down defensively. Lots of block shots from both sides, and both teams with good penalty kills. Looked very different. 2 very different looking penalty kills, but both killed off the power plays pretty successfully. Can you ask Starbucks to do a free coffee day if the Kraken win the whole thing? I am not in contact with Starbucks, and based on what I've said about Starbucks in the past and would not take back, I don't think they're eager to do any kind of advertising with me right now. So Starbucks betrayed Seattle when they sold the Sonics. I mean, it wasn't Starbucks, but it was the CEO of Starbucks. Sold the Sonics, they betrayed Seattle, and I have yet to forgive them for that. Missed one earlier here from Josh. What did Josh say earlier? I saw a soccer. Scott, if you like 0-0 games, you'll love soccer. You know what? As long as the Stars don't have the lead, the Kraken can still win. I'm happy with it, but oh. But then I can't blame Angel Hernandez for everything. Rising Ryan, how'd you come up with that name? And imagine, draw my head. I agree. Umpires have consistency issues on the strike zone. Yeah, most of them do. Angel Hernandez hasn't called a game since April 3rd. If just like, he is definitely a big problem, but if it was just one ump that was a problem, then you know, baseball would be solved and we wouldn't be having this conversation. But it's even the umpires that try their best, most of them get it wrong. Angel Hernandez, either he's not trying his best or he's got to get some LASIK or something. Almost 2 a.m. here in Glasgow. Come on, Kraken. Make it worth staying up for. That's some dedication there, staying up till 2 a.m. And shoot, this game started early at that. Earlier than the rest of these playoffs have so far. Might I look at the philosophy of Rhino and Phoenix and put them together? He may have been fined. Hold on. Close this real quick. I might went so left field. Is the book good? Don't know what that means. 169 views. Nice. Indeed. Dropped a little bit below that right now, but that's all right. We're in intermission, so people are off getting their dinner going, getting some bathroom breaks, what have you. We here in intermission. Speaking of which, I might actually take a quick break here as we go to commercial. But I'll be right back. Be right back. All right, we're back. As a fast switch player, the uncertainty of what call the ump makes is part of the strategy when battling at the plate. Yeah, but it shouldn't have to be, right? Like, obviously, shoot, like even there's all sorts of discussion with especially these playoffs about NHL officiating and how the game is played a certain way in the playoffs based on how it's officiated, and you have to play around that, and that's part of the strategy of building a team is to build a team that can get you to the playoffs, but also then play the style of game you need to in the playoffs to win. But like, while that's a fine discussion to have because that's the state of things, that shouldn't have to be the state of things, right? Like, you shouldn't. The strategy should be hitting the strike zone and doing like being able to beat the batter with pitches in the strike zone and not having to play a secondary game, whether it's the batter or pitcher, having to have this secondary game going on of what might the ump call a strike and what might they not call a strike, right? So, and I mean, again, hockey, kind of a similar thing of like what should be called and what is called are different things in the playoffs. And yeah, I don't know. Just because it's part of the strategy doesn't mean it should be part of the strategy. So is this my last stream? No. No, the Kraken still got this game, and then they'll move on to the next round, and we'll stream the away games in the next round. OKC is grateful for your NBA team. They should never have had it in the first place. The NBA colluded with a terrible man and a terrible owner that took the team from a city that supported them better in Seattle and took them to OKC, and the blunder are the blunder. Fortunately, they haven't done anything of value since going there. Nothing good to say about the blunder. Oh, now everything's in black and white. Messing around with the color there. Oh, that was okay. It was a flashback. All right, they're going to do a flashback. All right, that makes sense. I didn't know that about Starbucks. Shall I boycott them now? Up to you. I don't really have too much. I mean, I don't. I used to drink a lot more coffee, but for my body started disagreeing with it, so I don't drink as much anymore. So I don't have that hard of a time. Plus, Starbucks was never the best coffee, so I don't have that much. Well, I wasn't really missing out on much by not drinking it. We'll put it that way. Intermission means dinner time. Yeah, I might actually have to see what do we switch back and forth to. Suppose they have the Mariners game we can put on. Well, I can't put it on, but Mariners lead 5-1 right now. Let's go. Let's see. You can probably block it. MLB umps are like 91% accurate on balls and strikes. Yikes. As for the Kraken, yeah, I mean, like, they are pretty accurate. The problem is that, like, I honestly, like, 91% for balls and strikes in the MLB, like, that there's a reason that those guys are there. It's because they're the best at telling balls and strikes. But just because on average they're 91% doesn't mean they're all that good. In fact, it means that there's some guys that are way better and are almost as good as a robot would be. And then there's guys like, yeah, Angel Hernandez or some of those other ones that are like at 75%. And then, what are we doing? And again, the point isn't that like umps didn't have a place and that there aren't people that are very good at that. The point is that we shouldn't be talking about like, isn't one ump at 70 is one at 90? Is 90 good? Like, a robot can do it at 100%, and then you don't have to worry about it in the first place. It's never a conversation. You're never looking at like a game that's decided based on a blown ball four. Shoot, The Mariners lost a game earlier this season because they blew a strike 3 call that was clearly in the strike zone, but they say it's ball 3 and then the next pitch gets hit out. So like all it takes is one bad call and it's a problem. So I don't know. I used to live in Oklahoma. Well, I feel bad for the Sonics fans. I got to defend the Thunder. That's fine. Like, look, if I was from Oklahoma, I would feel glad to have a team too. And I think it's part of the reason that like Seattle fans, while we would be, or Sonics fans, while the Sonics fans would be happy to have a team come back no matter how it happens. When there was serious discussion about whether or not the Sacramento Kings could be moving to Seattle, I think everyone was like, look, we'd love to have the Sonics back, and if it happens, we'll be happy about it. But especially with how the Sonics got stolen from Seattle, I don't think people are really excited about that being the way that that Seattle would get a team back. So like, yeah, I mean, I can't fault people from Oklahoma, you know, cheering for a team that can't, like, the only team that Oklahoma has in major North American sports, but I don't think Seattle fans like myself can be faulted for wishing nothing good ever happens for that franchise. Do you shave because you look smooth? I shave, but not all the way down. I thought about doing the playoff beard thing, but it would not. The cheek area comes in pretty patchy, and it wouldn't look very great. Plus, the media access for home games, I didn't want to look gross and disheveled going into the like post game stuff. And plus, I kind of thought I came in with this attitude, you know what, I'll grow it out as long as the Kraken keep winning, but if they lose, I'll shave it. So when they lose, when they lost the first game in game 2, I was like, all right, well, they lost, so clearly the beard wasn't keeping it. My beard wasn't keeping it alive, so I just decided to not look like a ratty caveman and shaved it down. Your favorite goaltender in the NHL? I mean, I'll go with Grubauer. Yeah, why not? Why not our guy? Outside of Seattle, Marc-Andre Fleury. Who are we kidding? Who's anybody's favorite goaltender other than their own? It's Marc-Andre Fleury. Marc-Andre Fleury is a beauty, as they say in hockey, a gem, as you might call it. Can't go wrong with Marc-Andre Fleury. You ever go to WHL games? Which is your favorite team? I do go to some WHL games. Obviously, being in Seattle, grew up going to mostly Thunderbirds games, and that's still the team that I follow the most. I'm not like a diehard Thunderbirds fan in that I have strong feelings against Everett or even Portland for that matter. But the Thunderbirds are the WHL team that I follow, obviously in the final right now. So go Thunderbirds. Go Thunderbirds, win that final. Here we go. Period 2 has gotten started. Kraken win this face-off, so how about that? And what do we have here? Offside or an icing? I'm not sure what's going on, but we're 8 seconds in. It must have been offside because the face-off is right outside the blue line. Seattle wins that face-off as well. 2 in a row. Let's go. Small victories when it comes to the Dallas Stars just dominating the Kraken, winning face-offs this series. Fortunately, it did not cost the Kraken enough to prevent getting to the second period of Game 7 with the game still tied. Shot on goal. I don't know if Grubauer made the save or went wide, but it's not in the net, and that's all that matters. McCann now has it down in the corner. Fought for between Larson and Pavelski. Wenberg gets it out, holds on to it, puts it around the boards, and Schwartz might get to it. Nope, fought for. Now Dunn has it clean, and the Kraken will get out. Schwartz dumps it in as the Kraken will go off for a change. Heiskanen collects it in Dallas's end as they try to come back out the other way. Couple of Sloppy passes from the Stars, and then a turnover has the Kraken coming back out the other way, but a missed pass of their own. Oh, never mind. Gord keeps into it, and we have a whistle for offside, I think. Sorry if I don't get to all the chats. A little too many of them to keep up with all, but appreciate everyone for joining in here. As we are a minute into the second period, still scoreless. Not a ton of offense so far in this game, even through 2 power plays. 1 for each team in the first period. Here we go. Kraken in the neutral zone with possession. Bjorkstrand has it poked off his stick, but he maintains possession. Up to Tolvanen, who puts it around for Gord on the far side. Gord back down behind the net, goes all the way up, back down to Tolvanen. Tolvanen down to Bjorkstrand in the corner. Bjorkstrand feeds it up to Borgen. Borgen shot, blocked in front, put wide. And the Stars do get it out back the other way, but the Kraken have possession. Borgen pulls up in his own end to Alexiak. Alexiak back to Borgen behind the Kraken net. Borgen will go back to Alexiak as they just play catch behind the Kraken net, although the Stars now in on the forecheck are going to take it away from Alexiak. Now fought for. Sloppy breakout from the Kraken, but Beniers has it as he gets it up along the boards out of the offensive end. Stars do have it, but they'll have to regroup at least. And that should come down for icing. Nope, no icing apparently. Don't know why, but they're waving it off. Cartier has it. Cartier drops for Eberle, sorry. Hit laid by Beniers as Susie keeps it in, but Heiskanen gets it out. Oh, sorry, that was Jamie Benn that got it out. Saw the 4 and I didn't see the 1, but we're going in. Fought for, and Dallas has it coming out of the corner. Nice keep by... Whoa! Nice keep by Eberle, but it was a dangerous one to put his knee on the line there, almost allowing an odd man break the other way. Heiskanen out in front. Tried to put it on net. Grubauer had the side of the net walled off. Shot out in front. Gets through. Rebound goes wide, and that should come back down for an icing. And we'll get a face-off down to the Kraken end of the ice. What would my reaction be if the Vegas Golden Knights drafted me as a player if I played hockey? I mean, then you're a Golden Knights fan. I mean, you're playing for the team. It's your job to win games and try and get that team a cup. My first reaction would be they've made a questionable decision because, if we're being honest, I'm not that great at hockey, but shot goes wide. But the Golden Knights, even for all their success, have made some questionable decisions from a player management standpoint, so I suppose there's that. Whoa! Grubauer again keeping it off the line. Stars holding the offensive end now. Shot goes wide of the net. I don't know if the Stars are looking for rebounds off the boards or just can't get the puck on the actual net, but they are putting a lot of shots wide. That one on net, save made by Grubauer. Rebound out to McCann. McCann will come out the other way. The Kraken probably need a change here, but McCann will just take it into the offensive end. Almost puts himself offside. Does not, though. Dallas has it as the Kraken were getting a change, finishing a change. McCann was just on the ice, but he's done with it in the Kraken end as he puts it up along the boards for McCann on the far side. McCann chips it out into the neutral zone. Schwartz has it now up to Wennberg. Wennberg to Larson. Larson has it taken away, and the Dallas Stars have it behind their net. Stars lead shots on goal 13-9. Stars have had the majority of the possession here in the period. Whoa. Shot on goal save made by Grubauer on the Marchment shot. Now it's Domi skating up towards the net. Gets it out front. Whoa, Sagan puts it wide. Fans wanted another cross-check as Sagan probably did get cross-checked a bit there in the crease, but Game 7 of the second round, you're going to have to really earn the whistles, which, again, you can make your arguments about whether that's a good thing or not, but it is what it is, and it's that way both ways. leads to a lot of refs you suck chants in every arena throughout the entire playoffs. And that's offside by the Stars, so we'll have a face-off outside the Kraken end. Kraken still yet to get a shot on goal here in the second. Stars have 5 shots on goal, but Grubauer's made saves on all of those. Oh, Dunn got hit by something up high. Here we go. Kraken in. Shot on goal. So first shot on goal of the period. It's from well out. Didn't have much of a chance of scoring, but it's better than 0. Even if it doesn't have much of a chance of scoring, it has more of a chance than no shot on goal. There's a second one, and Ottinger makes that save as well. This time he catches it, and we'll have a face-off in Dallas's end with 14:11 remaining in the second period. Let's see. It's all right. As long as we're being good, we're good. Yeah, Colorado's great. I grew up there, but I moved away a while ago. Definitely miss it. The mountains are incredible. Oh, big shot there from Geeky. Just a twisting backhanded shot. Almost caught Ottinger off guard, but Ottinger made the save. As the Stars will not get it out. Nice play there by, I think it was Geeky, to keep it in the offensive end. Donato down by the net. Can't get Heiskanen off the puck, so the Stars do get it out this time. It's Dodonov. Tolvanen has it now. Drops it for Schultz. Schultz up 3-on-2. Here comes Gord. Drops it to Tolvanen, who loses it. Stars are now back defensively. Here's a shot. Looking for a tip. Doesn't get through to Gord. Tolvanen tries to keep it in. Dunn throws it in. Still Stars having a hard time getting it out, but there they go. Kraken regrouping in their end. It's done with the puck through the neutral zone. Does not get it through. But the Kraken regroup back down in their end. It's Larson with the puck to Dunn. Dunn up along the boards to Schwartz. Schwartz will go down. Ottinger to the puck first behind the net. No icing. Schwartz falls down, but the puck is... Alexiak shot! Oh, it hit the post. That got past Ottinger. Imagine if Alexiak, of all people, is the guy to win it for the Kraken. The ex-star. Not necessarily known for his offensive prowess, but had a career year as far as that's concerned this regular season. 12:15 left here in the second period. Still scoreless. Shots on goal have come back towards even a little bit here. Seattle now up to 12. Dallas at 14 as a total for the game. Almost halfway through. There's still... Alexiak has to get off with no helmet, so the Kraken are regrouping. Oh, Alexiak must have picked his helmet up and put it back on. I suppose you're allowed to do that. Domi has it next to the net. Blocked by Alexiak. Here's Suter. Back to Domi. Blocked in front by Alexiak. Here come the Kraken the other way. Beniers with it through the neutral zone. Pulls up. Kraken will get a change, so Beniers will go back to Alexiak. Alexiak will feed it in as Beniers finishes the change. The fourth line out there for the Kraken. Currently Tanev and Geeky. Tanev can't quite hold the zone. So it's the Stars out the other way. Not able to get possession, but it's offside anyway. So with 11:10 left here in the second period, it looks like we'll have a commercial break, but the face-off will be outside the Kraken end with just over 11 minutes left in the second. And it looks like Alexiak The shot from Alexiak might have just glanced off the glove of Ottinger and then went off the far post, but both teams have hit metal at least once this game. Oh. Someone is going to be mad when their team loses tonight. I don't know. I mean, I guess Dallas fans will probably be mad if their team loses tonight. So someone somewhere, yeah, they'll be mad. I don't think there will be that many Kraken fans that'll be mad if the Kraken, if somehow Dallas does win this game, then I don't think there'll be too many Kraken fans mad about it. Again, this season, the Kraken have done so much that we didn't expect them to do that it'll be a bummer for sure. It would be a bummer for sure if the Kraken lost this game, but a solid, very good first big step in the right direction and for what is a bright future ahead of this team, regardless of the outcome of this game or the rest of the playoffs beyond it. Jack says, sure, Seattle made the playoffs this year and Buffalo didn't, but Buffalo still the best team in the NHL. Buffalo Bills are the best football team in the NFL ever, obviously. Jack with some clearly unbiased and non-sarcastic takes here. I do like the Bills. I like the Bills and the Sabres, both of those teams. Having been through the playoff drought of the Mariners, I've been hoping for Sabres fans, especially with it being easier to make the playoffs in the NHL, that drought could end. And you know what? With all these playoff droughts in the last like 2 years just falling down, like all the big playoff droughts have been dropping like flies. Mariners, Phillies, Sacramento Kings. Looks like the New York Jets can probably break theirs. I bet the Sabres probably break theirs pretty soon as well. But we're back to play here. Just under 11 minutes to go here in the second as Dallas feeds it in to the Kraken end. Trying to get possession up along the boards. It's Colin Miller throws it back along the boards down behind the Kraken net. Out in front. Broken up defensively by the Kraken. And it's Bjorkstrand with Larson on the rush. Larson going off for a change. The Kraken taking that opportunity with the puck in Dallas's end. As they now go in to try to get back at it. That should come down for icing. And it is icing. Yep, I was going to say it should be. The fans don't like it because they took a while to whistle it down, but it was icing. McCann seems like a speedy guy. Maybe he will make it through the line. Maybe. Maybe McCann's kind of fast. Tanev's really the speedster on the Kraken. But McCann's pretty fast. Wemberg can definitely move. Sprong can also move a bit. But he's fortunately not playing for the rest of this series. Obviously not playing in this game. And hasn't for the last couple. Undisclosed injury, but I think a concussion protocol again for Sprong. Kraken behind the net. Wemberg has it. He'll get it up. Shot. Whoa! Oh, Alexiak! No! Miller still has it. Schwartz! What is this camera angle they're going with? I don't know, but I don't hate it. Wouldn't mind going back to the normal one, but I don't hate this. And they do get it out. Oh! Big shot and tip there. Here's Beniers in! Oh, just couldn't quite get the puck on his stick out in front of Heiskanen. Beniers almost on a break as Alexiak goes back. Oh, Grubauer out to play it. Fortunately, he got to it first. We're under halfway. Half of the regulation of this game is gone. Still scoreless. Here comes Cartier and Eberle. Into the offensive end. Beniers falls down next to the boards, but the Kraken keep possession for a second until they don't. Now the Stars have it at the Kraken blue line. Hintz throws it in, but the Stars, I think, are going off on a change, at least a partial one anyway. Beniers now behind the Kraken net. Oh, out in front. Robertson with a backhand attempt goes out of play. I don't know if it went off Grubauer or if he just put it out of play, but let's see here. Beniers tried to go behind Robertson, but Robertson just a nice play to prevent that. Couldn't see where that puck went. It might have been blocked in front of Grubauer. It definitely went out of play. I didn't see how it got there, but oh boy. Seattle Kraken are crazy. What are they thinking? They win the cup? Hopefully. Vegas won the trade, says Riley, assuming of referring to Buffalo. I think both teams, I think that was a win-win trade. I think so. Yeah, Vegas won the trade, and I think Buffalo won the trade as well. I think both teams got very good, key, important parts of their team out of that trade. Like things obviously weren't going well with Eichel and Buffalo, so Buffalo got better pieces to build off of for the future, and Eichel got to start fresh in Vegas, and obviously that's working out in the playoffs. So I don't. Yeah, I think both teams came out for the better with that Buffalo Vegas trade. Proud of my Kraken no matter what. It's been and only good things to come. Agree. Sensitive. That's a sensitive subject. Thank you for bringing it up. Again, I think Buffalo got a lot out of that trade. Love how the Sabres brought back the goat head jersey. I do, but I don't like the colors. I'm so bored of black and red. Black and red is such a dumb, like such a boring, nothing color scheme. If it's for the Devils, and it makes sense for the Hurricanes because of the Hurricane flag. But like, yeah, the Sabres look so much better in the blue and yellow. Here we go, just under 9 minutes left in the second period. Face off in the Kraken end. They do win it. It's Tanev out the other way. Tanev feeds it in past Dallas, in on the forecheck. Heiskanen plays it up along the boards. What are they saying icing here? I guess they're saying icing, which, yeah, it probably was. Hope y'all are enjoying as much as we are. Yeah, so far it's been a nerve-wracking game, being how close it is, but it's more fun than if it was a blowout, I suppose. If the Kraken were blowing out the Stars, I'd probably be having more fun. But this is, being that I don't think we were really expecting a blowout either way, this is a happy alternative. Here we go. Kraken a bit of a 3-on-2. Schwartz out to the other side. Shot! Save made by Ottinger on the Tanev shot. A good open look there for the Kraken. There have not been many open looks for either team this game, and that was one. Ottinger made the save, though, on the 3-on-2 chance. As the Stars try to come back out the other way. Here's a Sagan rushing in with some speed. Big save from Grubauer as Sagan got past the entire Kraken defense. Oh, what a save from Grubauer. Sagan just blows past Cartier and Alexiak, and then Borgen tries to poke it off of Sagan's stick. Can't. And he was one-on-one with Grubauer. Oh, boy. I think both sides are too scared to overcommit, so we're seeing a... Yeah, this is definitely one where both teams are definitely playing defense first, which isn't a terrible way to do it. Stars getting some pressure here. This is one of the first good offensive shifts, sustained offensive shifts we've seen in the game from either side. But the Kraken are able to make sure it doesn't last too long, get it out of their end of the ice for at least a little bit. Now here we go. Gord loses it. Fortunately, the Kraken are able to get the change with the Grubauer catching that puck. So these are still fresh legs out there for the Kraken. Here we go. Bjorkstrand forcing it down into the Stars' corner. But Dallas has it back into the neutral zone. Kiviranta puts it in as the Stars come in on the forecheck. That's, I think, Wyatt Johnston. It's hard to tell sometimes between 63 and 53. Out in front! Huge save from Grubauer on Ben that time as a rebound just went right into the crease for Ben to collect. Couple big chances here for the Stars. Grubauer up to the task. That comes out. And the Kraken will get a change. Gru gonna get a raise. Not for a while. He's still got 3 years left on the contract, I'm pretty sure it is. Might be 4. Pavelski's whining about getting hit. Didn't see it, so maybe he's right, but either way, he is not getting the call no matter how hard he tries. There's the... Oh, Lexiak able to poke the puck away in the neutral zone to prevent the 2-on-1, but they might create one here anyway. Shot, save made by Grubauer. Out in front, Pavelski, shot! Wide. Oh, Pavelski took a shot and everyone was expecting it to go in. There's a tip from Pavelski. That goes wide of the net. The Kraken back out the other way. It's Cartier with it, dropping the pass for Eberle into the offensive end. Eberle shot! Save made by Ottinger. Beniers tries to poke it out. It's up to the point. Stars have possession coming into the Kraken end. No, that's not a trip. Here's Beniers up to Schwartz. Schwartz feeds it in. Beniers, I'm assuming, will go off on a change. We'll see McCann here. There's McCann. Here's Wemberg. He's got the room. Pass back. Larson to Dunn. Dunn looks for a shot. Takes it. It's out in front. Oh, it's put wide by Schwartz. Dunn back around the other side. Up to the point for Larson. Larson back down behind the net. It's Schwartz that has it. Schwartz back down to McCann. McCann along the boards in the corner. Just past Wemberg. Wemberg will get up to Larson. Larson to Dunn. Dunn feeds it back in behind the net for McCann. Nope. Dallas does get it out. There's Domi. Down into the corner in the Kraken end of the ice now as Dallas finally gets it. Oh, the pass out in front. Not able to be handled. Save made. Another big shot there. I think that was Pavelski. Rebound loose. Kraken get it out. Both teams starting to see some offense now and some good chances both ways. We'll have icing coming back down to the Kraken end as... Oh, that's the big rushes of offense at both ends of the ice for really the first time this game with 4:38 left now in this second period. It's still scoreless. Oh, and Ben had the top corner, but he put it over it. Here's Sagan. Sagan had the top corner as well, but he also put it high. Stars win the faceoff. Shot. Out in front. Rebound goes to Gord. Gord gets it out. That might come back for another icing. It will not. Oh, it did. Okay. I thought it did not quite make the line, but they are calling it icing either way. It was along the boards, hard to see. Great choice by Seattle with Grubauer. That was scary. Absolutely. Let's go Kraken. Dictionary suggests that the plural of Kraken could be Krakatoa. Is that not a volcano? Oh! Oh my goodness, another huge save from Grubauer, this time on, who was that? Wow, what Grubauer has made some huge, spectacular saves here. Just a turnover right in the slot, and Hintz had Grubauer almost dead to rights, but he makes the glove save. Woo! Oh, boy. Boy, if the Kraken can't build something off of that, I don't know what else to say. That is... Grubauer is standing on his head right now. Oh. All right, commercial break real quick. I'm going to take a bite of some dinner here that showed up from my wife. So we'll take a look at the Mariners still handling the Red Sox 5-1 real quick. All right, we're back from the commercial. Just in time because the Red Sox look like they're putting up a rally. So we'll switch back to make sure we don't jinx the Mariners. Baseball? No, we're doing hockey here. Don't worry. We're doing hockey. I just putting up the Mariners score while we're waiting. I suppose I could have put up the Kraken score, but we're in a commercial break anyway. Here we go. Fed in. Gord out. Oh. Couldn't just a little bit too ahead of Gord. Oh, Alexiak. Oh. Rahintz scores. One grade A opportunity too many. Turnover by the Kraken, and the Stars have the lead. Crap. 4 minutes left in the second. The Stars take the 1-0 lead. Grubauer could only do so much. Another turnover. Oh, Alexiak just had a perfect shot from Hintz. Well, that sucks. Well, that sucks. Still far from over. Still 24 minutes left for the Kraken to come back here. Out in front. Oh. Miscommunication there. Kraken trying to respond quickly here. But it comes back the other way. Beniers out to the other side. Here comes Cartier to Eberle. Eberle shot. Oh, goes wide. Beniers wasn't quite there yet. Hit from Cartier. As the puck comes around the other side. Popped out. Soucy goes back to get it. Three minutes left in the second. Kraken out the other way. Oh, Donato looked like he got bruised up there a bit, but still going. Good play by Donato. Oh, almost good play, but there we go. Now Donato gets to it. Icing, and we'll go back down to the Kraken end with 2:30 left in the second. Oh, Eberle off the mask of Ottinger. Ottinger might not have seen that one coming. I don't know exactly what happened there. If that's just, it might just be a reflex. Might just be the reflex kicking in there. You see a puck, frozen rubber flying at your face. So survival reflex there is to get out of the way, even though that's exactly the opposite of what a goaltender wants to be doing. Kraken out the other way. Would have been huge for the Kraken to score first for obvious reasons, especially with the Stars having yet to win a game after giving up the first goal, but still plenty of game left for the Kraken to come back here. Get it out. Schwartz can't keep possession. McCann is playing, yes. Yeah, McCann's played the last 3 games now. Go Seattle indeed. Oh boy. All right. Let's get that response now. Get one back here, Kraken. Comes out. Stars put it back down into the behind the Kraken net. Kraken need to get the next one. McCann puts it back. Alexiak has it behind the Kraken net. Alexiak, a minute 20 left in the second. Out from behind the Kraken net, up through the neutral zone. Fed in for the forecheck here of Tolvanen. There we go. Some hits being laid. Kraken. Able to keep the zone. Shot. Goes wide. Behind the net. Quality has dropped off a bit on the stream, so I'm not quite able to make out all the numbers, but I can still see the puck. It's in the Kraken end. Shot goes off Grubauer from Dallas. 45 seconds left here in the second as Dallas leads 1-0. Oh, no. Oh, no. Whoa, another big save by Grubauer. Can the Kraken respond back out the other way? Gord, this is the very long shift for these guys. Not a lot of legs left from the third line. Cartier's out on the change. This is going to come back. 19 seconds left. $13 seconds. Can the Kraken get back down for one more shot? Here's Cartier in. Pops up in the air. 5 seconds left. Here in the second period, and this will go to the end of 2 with Dallas leading 1-0. All right, still got 20 minutes left for Kraken, just down 1. And you'd have to think that once this third period gets going, especially if we get through, say, the first 5-10 minutes of the third without the Kraken evening things up, they're going to start trying to open up the ice, take some chances offensively. And we have seen throughout the season and this postseason, even just this series, that the Kraken can score in bunches. So this is still far from over. Still far from over. Bones saying of why don't any Stars fans stream? It's all right. Welcome to come here and support the Kraken stream. I appreciate it. Oh, what's my dinner? It's like a lasagna kind of thing. Got a few bites of it in, so it'll tide me over here for a little bit, and then I don't know how long I'll last post game. If the Kraken win, I might last a little bit longer in post game, but we probably won't do a hugely long post game. If the Kraken do win this game, then we'll still have to do the video afterwards, and then get to the preview for the series against the Golden Knights. If the Kraken aren't able to make the comeback happen here in the third period, then again, still have the R&R, the last one of the season at that point, and then have some postseason videos to come eventually. But either way, I will be hungry and want to eat. So, but the Kraken still have 20 minutes to come back and lock up a trip to Vegas in the next few days. Gotta clean it up. That was a sloppy 20 minutes. I wouldn't say full 20 minutes. The last 10 minutes were definitely a bit sloppy. Kraken gave up a lot of chances. Grubauer was standing on his head there, but it was just one too many in the end. Game 7, down 1-0 on the road. Seattle or any other team would take that any game. Yeah, and again, it's still far from over. All it takes is one goal to tie it and send it to overtime and 2 to win it. So the Kraken have scored 2 goals in less than a minute a couple of times in the series. So it could happen at any point. Obviously, I think it's pretty much a must that you need to get the next one, but as long as they can do that. It's all right, guys. Keep it civil. JJ's been good since he was given the earlier timeout, so just keep it good. We're good. Both of you can calm down. All right. Let's see here. What else do we got? I got dragged a turkey sub through the Garden Monterey Jack Delicious. Nice. I had fun, but I gotta be safe, guys. Oh, gotta see you later. See you later, Riley. Gotta go to be safe. All right. See you later. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Big third period coming up. Kraken in these playoffs apparently 0 for 4 when trailing after 2 periods, and the Stars are 7-0 when trailing after 2. So now's a perfect time to ruin both of those numbers and have the Kraken get their first comeback win in the third, and the Stars their first comeback loss. Remember, if we can't beat them in the ice, there's always the parking lot. No. I didn't think Seattle could be more depressed, but here we are. I don't know what that means. I don't think anyone's depressed in Seattle. Not about the Kraken, anyway. Again, if there's not a single Seattle fan that wouldn't be elated by getting to Game 7 of the second round at the very least. At the start of the season, or heck, even at the start of the playoffs, if we knew we were going to be in Game 7 of the second round. It's all right. Calm down. You don't need to. Nobody needs to be any personal attacks or anything like that. Oh, it's just a perfect shot from Hintz. The puck just like slows down right as Alexiak's skating up to it. The puck must have hit like some snow on the ice or something. Just slowed down and he kind of overskates it. Didn't corral it all the way, and then Rope just took it off his stick for the breakaway. Biggest third period in Kraken franchise history. Yep. Biggest third period since the last one, that's for sure. No one's depressed. Yeah, I don't know what. No one's depressed in Seattle. I know. Got your team stream 23 seconds behind, so that's in time for Fubo. Yeah, it's I'm on the YouTube TV stream. I don't know how in time that is with whatever cable has going on, and then their YouTube has like a 15-second delay. So even if I was watching this perfectly live, there will be some delay from when you guys are seeing the stream. Crappy ice in Dallas. Yeah, when it gets warmer outside, the ice does get worse. That's for sure. And that could be the rest of the playoffs if Dallas holds on to win this. We Seattleites suffer from lack of sunlight, but it makes us more dedicated to our sports. Seattle is, I will say without any bias, the best sports market in the, let's just say in the world. Why not? Totally unbiased, obviously. To be fair, it's probably 105 out in Dallas. Yeah, I don't actually know how hot it is there, but it's not cool, not cool here in Seattle either. Fortunately, the fortunately I do these streams in the basement of our house, so it is the coolest part of the house. Otherwise, this jersey would be, ugh, not be great. Speaking of which, Kraken have lost two in a row while I've been wearing this. Should we switch to the Alexiak jersey for the end? What do we think? What does the chat think? Should we switch to the Alexiak jersey for the last third period here? Change things up, try to get some momentum going for the Kraken. Why did the Sonics leave Seattle? Because the owner of Starbucks sold it to a scumbag who never intended to keep the team here, so he tanked the team. And then Seattle still was interested in the team, but he never made an effort to keep the team in Seattle and colluded with the commissioner of basketball at that time to move them to Oklahoma City. There's a great documentary on YouTube about it that will go into all the details if you want, but basically the commissioner of the NBA at the time decided that he'd rather put a team in Oklahoma City than in Seattle, where they'd been supported by diehard fans for 40 years. But all right, see here, Big Rig, get it off right now. 8 degrees here. Yes, switch Big Rig. Change the jersey. All right, we got changes in it. We'll go to the Big Rig jersey here for the third period. There we go. Big Rig jersey time. It's probably for the best too. David Stern. Yes, it was David Stern. Put on the Metropolitans jersey for the Stanley Cup win. If we get, tell you what, when the Kraken get to a Stanley Cup, I'll make sure the Metropolitans jersey is present. Shoot, by then, if it doesn't happen this year, we might have a Metropolitans jersey that looks more Kraken-y at the Winter Classic next year. But hopefully the Kraken are in the Cup this year, and we'll definitely have the Metropolitans jersey present for that. We need every bit of power. Channel energy, boys. Spirit bomb time. Went off. I don't have a lot of space behind me here. So yes, I did go off camera to change jerseys. So there's just not a lot of space behind me. I don't know why that matters, but if you really wanted to watch me change jerseys from the midsection of my body, I'd whatever. I don't know why that would matter. Seattle does have clean jerseys, so I'll give huge props for that. Yeah, I love Seattle's jerseys. I was very worried about what Seattle's branding was going to look like before they announced the Kraken and branding and all that, because they had, from when the team got actually even from before they announced that Seattle was getting a team, all of the branding was black and red, and I was just like, any color combination, even another boring blue and red team would be better than black and red. And while there is blue and red, it's like blue, and then like a teal seafoam green, and then a little red. So it's not like, I was thinking like, we don't need another like Capitals or Blue Jackets or, I mean, any number of other teams, but Canadiens, yeah. There's just too many teams that have either just blue and red as their colors or have just black and red or some combination of black and red. So, all right, here we go. Getting ready for the third period. Release the Kraken. Black and red is so bad. Bleed teal. Yeah, I don't like the black and red color scheme. So I was kind of worried that they were going that way when all of their branding was black and red up until they announced the Kraken and the branding and all that. And then it was like, oh, okay, those look nice. And then we didn't know what I mean, we had the mock-up, but we didn't really know we didn't know what the away ones were going to look like at all. But very happy with how the jerseys turned out, and I like the reverse retro as well. I think there's some things they could have done better with the reverse retro, but I like it. I do like a two-tone jersey, and the reverse retro is two-tone other than the eye of the logo is red. But Noel says OnlyFans time. Lots of time left. I do not have my shoe on my head just yet. Anyone else feel the power of the mighty red eye building up? Just me? Absolutely. Let's go, Kraken. We're not done yet. Switch it up, says David. We got it. Is that the Rock bobblehead in the back or Tiger Woods? No. What bobbleheads are back there? That's here we go. Let's see if I can do the pointing from behind. Got Adam Larson, Matty Beniers, Yanni Gord, Jordan Eberle. Those are the 4 Kraken ones. I'm missing the Tanev one, so I'll still have to get the Tanev one at some point. And then this back here, the only other one, that's Ken Griffey Jr. I think that's the only other one. I don't think I have another one. Yeah, no other one. So that there's the 4 Kraken ones, and then Ken Griffey Jr.'s the lone Mariners one back there. Thanks for the stream. Absolutely. Happy to provide it. Thanks for joining. I thought trolls were only land dwellers, but Bowie is apparently a sea troll. Bowie's the only troll we allow up in here. I like black and red a lot, says Superior Records. Yeah, like, I mean, I still wouldn't have been a fan of it because I just don't like the color scheme. But it would be one thing if they were like the only black and red team in the NHL or one of 2. But there's like 6 teams or something in the NHL that use black and red as 2 of their primary colors. Obviously, the Devils are only black and red. Same with the Hurricanes. I guess the Flames did get rid of black, which I think looks a lot better, just the yellow and red with white. But they were black and red at the time. How am I spacing on other ones? I don't know why I'm spacing on other ones, but there's a bunch of them. I guess here we go. The Sabres use black and red now with their reverse retros and have in the past. Oh, Mariners up 9-1 now. Let's go. Sorry, sidetracked the Mariners real quick. Cal Raleigh with the home run. Jared Kelenic with a RBI. Raleigh with a second home run. Suarez with a home run. Pollock with an RBI single, and then Ty France with a double. Oh, 9-1 Kraken. 9-1 Mariners over the Red Sox. That's what you like to see. But let's see. As far as black and Senators are black and red with some gold. Already said the Hurricanes and the Devils. Blackhawks are black and red, obviously with some other colors in there, but those are the primary ones. And then, yeah, the Flames, like I said, were black and red, but they changed it. The Canucks look like they might be going back to black and red with yellow. So they're just too much of it. Just too boring and all over the place. Too boring, and it's just too many teams have it. So Kraken need to be more aggressive on offense. They will in the third period, that's for sure. I don't hate the idea of coming out defense first to start the game and just don't make mistakes, but the end of the second there got a little sloppy. Now they find themselves down 1, and Yeah, I think they definitely are going to want to open this one up offensively a little bit more because on it, like, what do you have to lose, right? I mean, haven't been able to score through 2 periods or get too many dangerous looks. So you gotta try and open things up north south and try and get some of those rush chances. Am I from Seattle? Yes, from Seattle area. Ken Griffey Jr. was a pretty good player. Yes, he was. Best player of a generation. I loved Ken Griffey Jr. as a kid. He was my favorite player growing up. With man, this is impossible, but not with God. All things are possible with God. Absolutely. Have to agree with their Jesus Christ in the chat. Can't disagree with Jesus Christ. Some of the followers there in the deep south might be going a bit unhinged. A bit. But we won't get too far into that. Kraken remind me of Supersonics before they traded to OKC, like you were talking about earlier. Instantly addicted. Were you a fan of an NHL team before they existed? Yes, I was a fan of the Avalanche before the Kraken came in, but being that I'm from the Seattle area, it was not a hard choice to go all in on the Kraken once they came in. Fall over, Kraken in the offensive end, fighting for it down in the corner. We have started the third period now, 20 seconds in. McCann has it. McCann up, nice pass to Dunn. Dunn to Larson. Larson on net looking for a tip. It's not there. Behind the net, and Robertson will get to it. Coming back the other way, it's Robertson and Pavelski. 2 Stars, 3 Kraken, now 4 Kraken players. Stars probably getting a change there. Yeah, Domi's now on the ice. That's part of the second line, so definitely getting a change for the Stars. Lindell has it, fires on net, and save is made with Grubauer for Grubauer. Save made by Grubauer with no rebound is what I was looking for. And once again, there's the stat. This postseason, Kraken 0-4 when trailing after 2, and Stars 7-0 when leading after 2. So when better to change those stats and get the Kraken that first win and the Stars that first loss. Yeah, Kenny Griff Jr. is the GOAT. Here's this look again as the Stars have it in the Kraken end. Alexiak, a bit of a hit there. Definitely pulled up a bit on that hit. Oh, giveaway. Shot goes wide. Cartier with the giveaway, but he managed to defend the shot at least, so good recovery. Kraken always come alive in the third. It's Seattle sports way. Oh, Seattle sports do like to make us nervous towards the very end. Seattle is a very, very good player in Shane Wright. Watch and see. I'd agree. Yeah, just because he didn't have it in the first season doesn't mean he isn't going to be a good player. Obviously, Kraken fans were very excited about the possibility of a first-year rookie just with what Beniers has done. Obviously, likely to win the Calder, but that doesn't mean that every player has the same path, and Wright can still be a very good player in the future. Here's Schultz shot, goes wide. You just need to get some on net. Tolvanen gets it wide of the net, back up to Schultz. Does he keep the zone? Yes, he does, it looks like. But not for long as the Stars are back out the other way. Stream is coming in a little bit choppy, but we're keeping with it here. The game stream, that is. I think this stream's doing fine. How come Shane Wright didn't come instead of Cartier? I think they needed a winger. They needed someone to fill in for McCann, and Cartier fit that role a bit better. Also with Wright there, I think trying to be a lot more careful with Wright and his development. Cartier is an undrafted free agent, and like he was the AHL Rookie of the Year, so Cartier had a great season, played some really good hockey at the AHL level, and he earned having that chance, and obviously has proven that he was well worth taking that chance. I got Kraken at plus 1.5. I'm sorry, go Chiefs, go. Kansas City Chiefs, or what kind of Chiefs are we talking about? Oh, we got a super chat in here. Laura trying to get things going here. Buying you a lucky decaf coffee, no Starbucks. Appreciate it, Laura. Hopefully that can energize everyone as the Kraken win a faceoff in there under the ice. Done up to Tanev. Fed in. Tip, no icing. The Stars do get to it in their end of the ice. Larson tries to keep it in, can't, but Donato has it in the neutral zone. Does come back into the Dallas end. I think either Harley or Hanley had that one. Oh, turnover! Cartier along the boards, but he can't quite hold on to it through 3 Stars players. Come back the other way. Just 15 shots on goal for the Kraken, 22 for the Stars with that late press in the second period that got them the goal. Stars have been great defensively, and Grubauer was great in net for the Kraken. Just one too many attempts. Can you hear me, says Cass. Yes, I guess I can. Well, I can't hear you, but I can see you're typing. I can't quite get to all the chats. Trying to keep up with the game first, and then I'll get to as many chats as I can as it goes. But Spokane Chiefs, says Carter. Oh, okay. Yes, that makes sense. I was like, what kind of Chiefs are we talking about here? But yes, Spokane Chiefs. Of course, Spokane Chiefs season is over. Who was... Susie just put it off the side of the net. He almost put it in the goal. Shot blocked. Boy, that stream froze right as McCann was pulling up with a shot. Not the time I wanted that to freeze. Just imagine if they score there, but Schultz has it now coming out of the Kraken end of the ice. Jack is informing us that Shane Wright will be our star player for years. Possible. Still think Beniers kind of has that on lock, but you never know what could happen. Also, just throwing things out there, I don't know that it's impossible that Mitch Marner doesn't get traded in this offseason, and that's definitely the type of player that... Done! Shot! Goes wide. Rebound. Oh. That's definitely the type of player that Ron Francis likes. Let's go Kraken. Here we go. Pulled in. Nope, can't keep possession. Kraken still having trouble getting into the offensive end and getting set up. Here we go. Alexiak in offensively with Tanev. Tanev pulls up, looks for a pass, puts it behind the net for Donato. Donato loses the puck, though, and the Stars, once again, solid defensively on the back check. We'll get it back the other way for Borgen. Borgen across to Alexiak. Alexiak throws it in on Ottinger. Kraken on the change. Behind the net. Done. Good job of getting to it before Hintz. First line out for the Stars. Kraken, it's so far just Larson and Dunn as now the Beniers line comes out. Kraken are going to have to start taking a little bit more chances offensively here. Got to be careful to not louse things back the other way. Beniers loses it in the neutral zone. This is the bottom 6 now for the Stars. This is where you got to take advantage if you're the Kraken. Save made by Grubauer. He'll get the freeze. 14:30 left in the third. Kraken need to get things going. Dude, my dad said that he would come back home if the Kraken win. All right, well, we got to win then. We got to win so Dad comes back home. Here we go. Oh, turnover in the Kraken D end again. They just can't quite get the puck cleanly from stick to stick. Kraken still sitting at 15 shots on goal. I'm not sure if they have a shot on goal yet this period. Maybe one. Definitely some shot attempts, but not anything on net yet, and they need to start getting things going here. Now 6 minutes gone here in this third period. Wemberg collects it in the Kraken end of the ice. Schwartz gets it to Schultz. Schultz cleanly over to Susie, and that will allow the Kraken to regroup. Here we go. Up ice and turned over in the neutral zone. Lindell feeds it into the Kraken end. Here comes Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand in, the hero of Game 7 in the first round. Throws it around the boards to the far side. Gord tripped up. No call. Definitely not enough there, I'd say, to expect a call in the playoffs. Borgen, good job defensively to collect that. Here comes Tolvanen through. Gord, shot! Oh, no one knows where it is. Oh, it's out in front of the net. Oh, and it comes out of the... Oh, the rebound off of Ottinger. Just nobody knew where it was. Here's Bjorkstrand as the Kraken will get a change here. To Dunn. Chipped in. It's the Beniers line out there as Ottinger plays it out. 16 shots now on goal for the Kraken, so they do get at least one, but 12:30 left. Grubauer saving a freeze. No rebound with Pavelski in front of the net. Whistles are in the pockets. Yeah, absolutely. Like that's the type of thing that might be a trip call there where like Gord might have gotten a trip call there. It might be a power play for the Kraken in the regular season, but absolutely not in the playoffs the way. Like there wasn't enough there for sure. Let's see. How much time is left? Right around 12 minutes left. Where's that Edmonton fan at, lol? Dallas is a minus 620. Well, they got the lead in almost the back half of the third. Hey Scott, you don't get your $500 from Drift. I mean, I that's why I was like, it's not gonna happen. Great series. It has been a great series. It's been a very great. Any series that gets to 7 is going to be a pretty good one, and these been some good games. Even if the box, like the final scores haven't all looked close, these have been some pretty good games between the Kraken and Stars. I feel like people just looking at box scores might not realize how good of a series this has been between the two teams, because it has kind of looked like blowout after blowout, but it's not really been the way it's felt in play anyway. Dante says he feels like Seattle's going to score. Me too, and I hope I'm right. Hope you're right. I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if it's going to happen, because the Kraken have not really been able to get much going offensively, but let's hope for it. I bet over 3.5 goals to win $250. Please score. Tie it up. Great haircut. Thank you. Haven't gotten a haircut in a couple of months now, but I appreciate it. Oh, out in front. Still out in front. Oh. Kraken keeping it clean around the net. They've done a good job of that defensively this game. Just that sloppy end of the second period ended up costing them after a few big saves from Grubauer. Dallas just killing off time. 12 minutes left. Here we go. Schwartz feeds it in. Down in the corner. Feeds it up along the boards. Wemberg gets to it. Oh, it pops out and the Stars have it. They'll go off on a change as Pavelski throws it in. Dunn goes to collect it for the Kraken. Bottom 6 shift for the Stars. Now's the time to take a now's the time to try and get some things going. McCann lays a hit behind the boards. Kraken out in front. Back out to... Oh! Borgen just not where that pass was. Not really his fault. Here we go. Down behind the boards. Wennberg and McCann fighting for it. Schwartz in the corner. Where does that puck come out to? Stars trying to just keep it along the boards and kill off time. Schwartz has it on net. Oh! Rebound off Ottinger, but it goes to the Stars. How long is it until the game ends? I don't really know hockey. This is the third period, so this is the last period unless there's overtime. Currently 10 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third period. Kraken trying to score at least once to force overtime. Twice to win it. And take the series. Stars locking down defensively. But the Kraken have possession here in the neutral zone. Back into their end. Gord to Soucy. Here we go. Into the Dallas end. Dallas has it coming back the other way. Thrown into the corner where Schultz will go after it. He's got Dodonov on him. And now Dodonov has it. But Bjorkstrand's got it coming the other way. Here we go. 3-on-2 rush. This is a chance. Bjorkstrand shot. Wide. Cartier with it now. In the corner. Oh, just passed. Kept in by Dunn. Dunn down to Gord. Behind the net. Gord circles around. Tries to get through the defense. Can't, but it comes out the other way. This will be Larson up at the point. Larson on net. Oh, and it goes wide. Tipped in front. Down behind the net in the corner. It's the Beniers line out there for the Kraken. Beniers coming in on the change. Nearly pokes it away and keeps it in, but can't. That is, however, icing and will come back down to the Dallas end. Where did I get such a fitting t-shirt? I don't know what you mean by that. Makes my ears look symmetric. Face off won by the Stars in their end, and it will get shoved out the other way, but that'll be another icing, so we'll get another face off in Dallas's end. Let's go Kraken indeed. It's been a low shot game for both teams. 17 for the Kraken, just 25 for the Stars, which is low on both ends. Stars really limiting shots for this Kraken against this Kraken team in this seventh game of the series. Here we go though. Kraken try to stretch things out offensively. That one off the stick of Eberle. A freeze from Ottinger with 9 minutes left. Another face-off in Dallas's end. You can tell I know how to dance, so I hate to disappoint you, but I don't really know how to dance. Kraken better start shooting. They got the offense going a bit here. Still need to ramp it up even more than that. As a Flyers fan, good luck. Had to watch the Sixers choke in Game 7. Seattle #1, absolutely. Go Sonics, says Ken. Bring him back, says me. Let's not jinx it. Dallas is definitely going to win this game. Does that count as a jinx? Does that count as a jinx? Shot, block, and it comes back the other way. Marchment on the back check. Shot off Grubauer. Big save on the shot from Sagan. Another turnover, but Dallas is between shifts and don't have the legs to create much off of that. One more big save from Grubauer as the Kraken come out the other way, trying to stretch the ice. Again, a pass on and off the stick, but a freeze from Ottinger. We'll get another face-off in the Dallas end with 8:33 left. Come on, Kraken, tie it up. Turning into Kraken stream after dark in here. Love the Kraken. They don't quit. Absolutely not. Got to get something going offensively. I don't honestly, I don't know how much this is. They're not really connecting on passes like we're used to seeing them, but the Stars are just not allowing the Kraken to get anything going on the forecheck, which unfortunately is a key to slowing down this Kraken offense. Here we go, stretching the ice again, the Kraken. Eberle in. Shot! Oh, goes wide. Beniers in the corner. I wouldn't say a bad game, but Beniers has had kind of a tough game. It's behind, but Beniers has it. Here we go, Beniers, coast to coast. Do it, kid. Well, he got it into the offensive end. And then it comes back out. Feet tangle by the benches. And no icing. It's 7.5 minutes left. The Kraken need one. All it takes is one. Force overtime at the very least. Here we go. As for pulling the goaltender, I don't think we're still probably 4 minutes from that. Scores. 2-0 Dallas. That Kraken need a miracle now. Wyatt Johnston gets in before anybody on the Kraken on what would have been an icing otherwise. He beats out the icing and gets it over the shoulder of Grubauer. Just a perfectly placed shot. Off the shoulder of Grubauer and then into the top. Yeah, it's no icing because Johnston was first to it. If the player coming in offensively is first to the puck, then it's not icing. It's not automatically. The defensive player has to get there first. So Wyatt Johnston made it no icing by getting to the puck first. Rigged. As a Dallas fan, hope we go far. I think Dallas wins the next series if they do hold on to win this game. 7 minutes. The Kraken are in full offense desperation mode at this point. I mean, like, you play defense if you have to, but this is, you got to stretch the ice as much as possible. Take any chances. 7 minutes left, down 2. Got to find a way to get back in this. There's a turnover in the neutral zone, but not clean. Here we go. Kraken in. .6:15 left. Beniers has it going into the offensive end. Gets it in deep. But the Stars have it behind their net. Back check from the Stars has been the story of this game. Shot. Save made by Grubauer from well out. Beniers gets to it. Come on, one of you guys has to take it. Vegas and Florida final, says Bones. I think it'll be Stars Carolina personally, but assuming that the Stars win this game. Still 5:40 left. It's not over yet. Definitely looking good for the Stars, but it's not fully over. Kraken will definitely have to start taking those chances now if they weren't already. You'd have to think probably about pulling Grubauer with 4:30 left, or with 3:30 left. Five minutes left. I think Grubauer will be out of the net here in the next minute, maybe minute and a half. Dunn has it. Dunn keeps it in the offensive end. Kraken behind the net. Out front. Shot. Off the post. Oh, what a chance for Gord. Out in front. Bjorkstrand out to Gord. He's tied up by someone there. Oh. Oh, that was almost one. Uh, that was a great chance by Gord there. Well, next season is what, 2 months away? It feels like that, doesn't it? No, it's still a few, but boo cowgirls, says Superior Records. Look, the Stars in the last few years have been a much more successful team than the Cowboys could even dream of being. So 3 goals in a minute for Seattle. I go do it. Canes have 1 cup. May the best team win. Just tuned in. What's the score? Not good for the Kraken. 2-0 with under 5 minutes left. Typical Seattle. This is why they sell the teams. I don't know what that means. This has been such a great story of a Kraken team this season. Obviously, like, no one expect them to get here in the first place. Oh, Mariners beat the Red Sox 10-1. Oh, and now the stream froze. Uh-oh. Hold on. Hold on. Stream froze. There we go. I think it's coming back. Not ideal. All right, 5:30 left. Let's see if I can get this back on the 4:30 left. Super chat here from Ray. Dallas Stars fan here, regardless of the game outcome. It's been a great series, and y'all were fantastic. Good luck next year. Absolutely. It is looking good for the Stars at this point, but it has been a great series. Again, like I said at the beginning, weirdly, the Stars fans have been great in this series as well. As far as the streams are concerned, weirdly, the fans that were the most trolling in some of these streams were Oilers fans. So not all Oilers fans. We got some good Oilers fans in here, but here we go. Schwartz in with it. 4 minutes left. Kraken just 2 shots on goal in the period, which is not enough. They have hit the post a couple of times. Out front, no tip there from Eberle. Not out. Out across. Schwartz, shot wide. Here's Beniers. 4:43 or 3:43 left. Stars have 3.5 minutes to kill off to try to make it to the conference final against Vegas. For the second time, those teams will have matched up in a conference final. But here's Alexiak, shot, save made. Alexiak can't keep the zone. Puck just takes a weird jump over his stick. 3:15 left. Grubauer's got to leave soon if he hasn't already. They don't have the empty net thing up there, but we haven't seen that end of the ice for a while. There's Grubauer. Yep, still in net. 3 minutes left. Kraken need a miracle here. Gord, there goes Grubauer as Gord feeds it in. Heiskanen puts it out. Gord into the offensive end. With Schultz along the boards. Ben gets it. All right. Here's McCann through the neutral zone. Puck down behind the net for Ottinger. And the puck comes out the other way. That might be icing. And it will be icing. 2:16 to go. All right, Kraken take a timeout, so we'll get a TV break here. Barring a miracle, there's 2:16 left in the Kraken season. I guess they're not going to a TV timeout, so that's weird. Proud of the Deep Sea Monsters. Thanks, Scott, for the coverage. Absolutely. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Still not fully over yet, but not looking good. All the network talking heads had the Avalanche winning in 5. And the Kraken, again, never mind what we thought going into the regular season. Going into these playoffs, if we knew we were going to make it to Game 7 of the second round, as for the Kraken, I think we would have been absolutely loving that. So Stars Canes will be an epic cup final. That is the cup final that I'm expecting, but as long as the Stars hold on to win this in the next 2 minutes and 16 seconds, then my Western bracket is perfect, and I do have the Stars going to the cup final, so I don't see any reason why it would stop there. And that comes out. So with 2 minutes left, the Kraken will need to work their way back into the offensive end. Empty net for the Kraken. Lobbed in and frozen by Ottinger with now 1:58 left. We'll get a face-off in Dallas's end. This is only our second year. Yeah. Again, a great and unexpectedly great season for the Kraken, regardless of what happens in these next 2 minutes. And a bright future ahead, too. The Kraken have built this team very, very well. The farm system, from being literally nothing 2 years ago, is a top third farm system in the NHL already. And they've got 3 second-round picks in this next draft. That second round is supposed to be as good as the last 2 years' first rounds. Plus, they have their first-round pick still. Schultz back. 1:30 left. Here's Schwartz into the offensive end. Gets it deep, but Haskin will get it out again. Not quite out. Never mind. Now he tries to get it out. It does get out. Schultz saves the empty net bid by Hintz, but it does negate icing. Beniers stretches the ice. Gord can't... Oh, he does reel it in. And defended again to prevent the empty net goal, but we're under a minute left. And the final seconds look like they're ticking down off the Kraken season. Final 30 seconds. Kraken into the Dallas end, but it goes out of play. 25 seconds as the puck goes out of play. Oh, it's a bummer. It's a bummer for sure, but again, you can't really be angry about it. I mean, like, you can't be angry or really even disappointed. Like, yeah, sucks to. I mean, it looks like they're going to get shut out here in the Game 7, but a great season, and honestly, this was just played incredibly well by Dallas. Dallas getting back to playing their game defensively in this game 7. Really, it was that sloppy end of the second period that gave Dallas the one goal that really fires net, shot again, save, and frozen by Ottinger. Kraken not ready to go away just yet as they get a good shot off with just 4 seconds after that faceoff. Kraken hit the post a couple of times. Gord trying to cheat the faceoff a bit. Shot out front. Shot. Scores! Bjorkstrand. It's not a shutout. The Kraken got one. Bjorkstrand trying to be the hero for a second game 7 in a row, but just 17 seconds. It would still take a miracle, but we could still end up with a Kraken have scored in less time off of a faceoff at center ice before in this series a couple of times. Bjorkstrand with his 3rd goal in 2 game 7s for the Kraken. They're apparently looking at it. And the face-off goes. Done. Up. On net. Saved by Ottinger. 9 seconds left. And we'll get a face-off in the Dallas end with 9 seconds left. The Kraken did just score off of a face-off in this end of the ice. In less time than that. So it could happen. Looks like Dallas is going to take a timeout. Oh. Have to win the faceoff. Yep. Go figure that the hope for the Kraken season boils down to a faceoff against the Stars. They've kept it alive with a faceoff win, so maybe they can get the one more. Here we go. The faceoff will be between Eberle and Glendening. I think that's Eberle. No, it's Geeky. Or Schwartz. I can't really tell. Kraken back with it. Shot on net! And that goes wide. And the Stars win. They got the shot off, but it wasn't on net. And the Stars hang on to win. The Cinderella story comes to an end there for the Kraken. Fought back, but it wasn't enough. A great season. Yeah. It sucks, but it's an unfortunate end. Only one team can do it all. And for the Kraken, just to get this far was more than anybody expected outside of that locker room and that front office. Kraken had some chances throughout this game and forced this series to 7, led the series at one point. Kraken had a good chance of winning this series, but the Stars ended up coming out with the 1-goal win in Game 7. Oh. Will I stream any more of the playoff games this year? I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to promise anything. Definitely have some postseason got some postseason things and some offseason things for the Kraken to get to. Also, just to take a breather for a bit. Might have a few days between videos here after we get a couple out at the end of the season. It's been quite the nonstop ride here in these playoffs. For the Kraken, it's a unfortunate end to an otherwise great season. And they'll come back even hungrier next year. Can say what you want about people not expecting them to get there this year, but they managed to do it, and now they've proven that they can. They'll come back hungry next year, and who knows. Thanks for streaming. Absolutely. Appreciate everyone for joining. Not the outcome we were hoping for, but it is what it is. A great season for the Kraken nonetheless. John with the super chat, $5. Thanks, Scott. It was a great season. Looking forward to next year. Absolutely. We'll have the one more R&R, which might be, we'll probably won't spend too much time on the game, but we'll maybe get a taste of the preseason. Probably won't be a long one of the post. But we'll have some postseason stuff coming. We'll have player grades, all that stuff. But yeah. Knew it was a possibility. Only one team could win. I think you could make an argument that both these teams deserve to move on, but that's not how it works. Only one gets to, and by 1 goal, the Stars are that team. Well, I'm still hungry for some dinner, so probably won't stick around too long. Again, I appreciate everyone for joining. A great season for the Kraken. Coming into the season, like we've said a number of times, we've heard it all season long. Nobody was expecting for the Kraken to get anywhere near the playoffs. And shoot, even halfway through the season when the Kraken were in January, the Kraken are leading the Pacific, and there were still people saying that the Kraken weren't going to, it was all just, their shooting percentage was too high, that it was going to fall off, and they weren't going to make the playoffs. They still end up, sure, they fall to a wild card, but they still make the playoffs as that first wild card. No one gives them a chance in the first round against the defending champs in the Avalanche. Push the Avalanche to 7, win Game 7 to face the Stars. No one gives them a chance to beat the Stars. A little bit more. Some people giving them more of a chance than just because they won 1 round. So some people giving the Kraken a chance. But the Kraken push the Stars to 7 and come up just the 1 goal short. 14 playoff games. And you know what? Regardless of anything else, the Kraken lasted longer than all but 4 teams in the NHL. Lasted longer than the record-setting Bruins. Lasted longer than the Maple Leafs or the Oilers. Lasted longer than everybody in their division other than Vegas. And yeah, as far as predictions for the rest of the way, like I've said, my bracket's been perfect on the Western side, and I have Dallas going to the finals. So stick with it. Dallas over Vegas in the Western Conference Final, and then I do think the Canes are the best team left in the playoffs right now. So I'm sticking with my sticking with my bracket saying the Canes over the Stars in the finals, but I was really hoping the Kraken could do it all and be this Cinderella story to win it, but not to be this year. Maybe next year. Kraken will come back next year, see what adds they make in the postseason, or postseason, the off season. Obviously, we'll have probably just watch the last game. Daniel Sprong didn't play in the last 3. I don't think he'll be back. Probably just watch the last game of Ryan Donato in a Kraken uniform jersey. Same with Carson Soucy. I don't know that he's back. Borgen, I think, will be back. Geeky, I think, would be back. Dunn will get back. Dunn will be back with a big raise. But yeah. Anyway, we'll get through a few more comments here at the very end. Sorry I can't get through all of them, but get through a few of these last ones. Then I got to eat some dinner that's gotten cold here, but eat some dinner and collect myself for eventually doing the R&R at some point here. Let's see here. Are you sorry? Are you okay? Sorry about the Kraken loss. Yeah, I'm fine. Obviously, like, disappointing. It's a bummer, but you know, we knew it was a possibility, and the Kraken, honestly, it's been such a fun season to get to this point anyway. And with expectations not be like the Kraken having far exceeded any expectations that anyone had for them, I don't think you can possibly be upset with how this season has gone and how it ended. Especially that, I mean, they managed to even prevent the shutout there in the end. So I was, bummed out, disappointed that it couldn't be the Kraken moving on, but happy with how the season went. Loved this playoff run while it lasted. So it won't take long to rebound from this one, and we'll be back next. The Kraken will be back next season with the knowledge that this is a team that can go that far, and who knows, a couple additions. We'll talk about some realistic ones and maybe some out there ones if we want to get real crazy. Mitch Marner? I don't know. We'll see. The Leafs might move on from some big guys and make some big changes, and that would be a guy that would make sense. Last year of his deal. Panthers going to beat the Canes. Am I related to Mark Zuckerberg? No. I'm not a robot, and I don't hate humanity. Carolina versus Vegas. Vegas in 6. I doubt it, but, it's a possibility. Final 4 will be entertaining. Dallas is the best team in hockey that's left. I don't think so, but, we'll see. Luke here just spewing falsehoods. Based on what Luke is saying here, I'm going to say that it's a lock that apparently the Kraken are going to get Mitch Marner. Interesting. I think it's a long shot, but Luke seems pretty confident that's going to happen. Living in opposite day land, so. We were so much better than Dallas. This game did not do us justice. I was like Dallas played their game. This is a team that can play very good defense, and they did that in this game. Dallas is a very good team, and they deserve to win this game. The Kraken could have been a little bit crisp, with more crisp with some passing. The sloppy second period ends up costing them after Grubauer made some big saves, but it is what it is. Hats off to the Kraken. I agree. Pablo, lots of annoying kids in here. It's over. Is it over? Yeah, it's over. Yep. It's over. Dallas, unfortunately, came out the winners of this one, but Nylander would be great in Seattle. I mean, I would like that too, but I think Toronto will do everything they can to keep him. All right. Well, it seems like there's nothing of too much more value happening in chat, and I'm hungry, so I think we'll call it there. thank you everyone for joining. A great Kraken season for everyone that's joined throughout it or just joined for the last one. Regardless, again, I don't know if we'll have any more streams the rest of the season. If not, we'll definitely be back streaming for the entry draft when that comes. Kraken will have a pick somewhere in the late teens, I believe. Their fourth wild card, so I think they'll be 19th. I think they'll pick 19th. No, not yeah. I think they'll pick 19th if I'm not mistaken there. But yeah. Anyway, bummer of an end, but a great season for the Kraken, and we'll go over it with some videos the rest of the way. But until then, thank you everyone one more time very much for joining. And yeah, otherwise, as always, stay safe out there, be good to each other. God bless and go Kraken. See you next year, Kraken 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Lock it in.